A service of KIBMradio.com, the Internet's home for an all old-time radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, the secret word tonight is bread. B-R-E-A-D.
Really?
You bet your life! The DeSoto Plymouth Dealers of America present Groucho Marx in You Bet Your Life, the comedy quiz series produced and transcribed from Hollywood. And here he is, the one, the only...
Is that fool still around? Oh, that's me, Groucho Marx. Thank you. Well, here I am again with $2,500 for one of our couples tonight. It's a lot of money. George Fenneman, who's first to try for it?
We invited some pediatricians to the show tonight, and just before we went on the air, we selected Dr. Alonzo Katz. His partner is a young mother from the audience, Mrs. Christine Garcia. Folks, meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome, kids, to You Bet Your Life. And if one of you says the secret word, he wins $100 immediately. It's a common word, something you'll find around the house. A young mother and a pediatrician. Which one is the young mother?
I am.
You are? Congratulations, Mrs. Christine Garcia, huh?
Yes.
You know, you're named after a 10-cent cigar. Did you know that?
Yes, I...
Where are you from? I'll call you Christine, huh?
Okay. I'm,
You call me Garcia, huh?
All right.
Later on, I'll give you a message from Garcia. Where are you from, Christine?
Albuquerque, New Mexico.
And Mr. Alonzo Cass, huh? What's your hometown?
Los Angeles.
Mr. Cass, how long have you two been married? Huh?
I'm a pediatrician.
Oh. Well, I don't care what your religion is, just as long as you're happy. Now then, how long have you two been married? Huh?
She's not my wife.
A fine time to desert her right after she has a child. How old are you, Christine?
19.
19.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're certainly well preserved, huh? You don't look a day over 18. How long have you been a mother?
My baby is 8 months old.
Mr. Cass, what did you say your vocation was? And don't tell me the last 2 weeks in August, huh?
I'm a pediatrician.
It's a very old joke, huh? It's so old it didn't even get a laugh, huh? What is your vocation? And don't tell me the last 2 weeks in August, huh? Maybe the month is wrong. I'll try July next week. You're a pediatrician, huh?
That's right.
Is that so? How long have you been a bicycle rider?
I don't ride bicycles. I take care of babies.
Oh, you're a baby doctor, huh? Oh, I thought a baby doctor would be about 3 years old, huh? Like a baby elephant, huh? Well, that shows you, huh? You don't mind if I call you Doc, do you?
Well, most doctors like to be called just Doctor or Al.
Oh, I couldn't call my Dr. Al. His name is Henry, huh? You want me to call you Doctor or Al or what?
Well, you use your own judgment. That's perfectly all right.
Okay, well, tell me, Josephine, how long... You brought that on yourself, Doc. Do you have any little patients of your own at home?
Yes, I have 6 children. They're not patients.
They're not your patients, huh? Smart kids, they don't trust their old man. Why is that? Why aren't they your victims?
Well,
patients?
Usually it's not considered ethical to take care of your own family.
In addition to that, it'd be kind of difficult collecting the bill, wouldn't it? How old is your husband, Mrs. Garcia?
23.
Is he shaving yet?
Oh, yes.
What sort of work does he do?
He's an upholsterer.
How did you meet him?
I met him at a dance. My father introduced him to me.
What do you mean your father introduced you?
Well, he knew him.
Oh, he knew him, and did you evince a desire to meet this man, or just...
Well, no.
Did your father drag over everybody at a dance and say, here's another specimen, try this one?
No.
What is the baby's name, Christine?
John Joseph.
John Joseph? Any reason why you chose that name?
Well, John is my husband's first name, and Joseph is my father's name.
He gets an assist for dragging him over that dance. How much did your baby weigh when it was born, Christine?
6 pounds, 8 ounces.
And what does it weigh now?
22 pounds.
Gained a lot of weight, didn't he?
Well, they're supposed to double their weight in 6 months.
At that rate, time the kid is 21, he'd weigh about 2,300 pounds. Doc, Croker, is Christine doing the right thing?
Well, the first job of a baby is to gain weight and keep its strength up.
In some cases, that's the last job the bum ever has, huh? How much does your pride and joy eating a day, Christine?
Besides baby food, 4 bottles.
You eat 4 bottles a day? That's a pretty hardy kid, you know.
He doesn't...
When you burp him, isn't there danger of flying glass? I suppose he just lies there on his back and blows martini bubbles. What did you put in his bottle, Christine?
his formula, about 160 calories.
Mm-hmm. What's a calorie? Is that any relation to cab calorie?
Well, that's something in the food to make the baby big and strong.
You better stick to a plain diet for that kid, huh? Every day, wholesome food like bottles and glasses. Now, Paddle and Pete, suppose you tell them... Suppose you tell this little mother what a calorie is.
Well, a calorie is the amount of heat that it takes to heat a cubic centimeter of water through 1 degree.
Well, if your kid can swallow that, he has a cast iron stomach. Doc, what kind of a pediatrician are you? Huh?
Well, I belong to the Blue Shield.
What's that? What's the Blue Shield?
The Blue Shield's a national organization organized by the doctors. It's a voluntary medical insurance plan where the people pay a certain amount each month. Then they're taken care of by any doctors that they choose.
Well, is it like in England? Can they get glasses and toupees and things like that?
Well, I don't dispense glasses and toupees. I suppose they'd have to pay.
Have you got an old toupee you're not...
Not yet.
Well, what do you do as a pediatrician?
Well, I take care of the babies right from birth and watch their development and advise the mothers how to feed their babies and see that they're raised, I hope, into being good citizens.
Do the mothers swallow all this hoopla?
No.
Tell me, Christine, does your pediatrician do all this work on your baby?
Well, so far he's given him a couple of shots.
You mean he shot him? Well, we've all got to go sometime, I guess. Why'd he shoot him, in the head?
No, in the arm.
I'm still getting those, huh? I'm glad to hear that. He just winged them, in other words. Now, Doc, as long as you're here, would you mind if I steal some free advice?
No, go ahead.
I have a 3.5-year-old daughter, and she loves candy. Should I give it her?
Why, of course.
How much?
Well, she can have all she wants, as a matter of fact.
All she wants?
Yes.
Isn't it bad for the teeth? Or?
No.
Is that so? I'm glad my kid can't hear this. And she doesn't like to drink her orange juice in the morning. What should I do about that?
Well, you could try drinking it yourself.
Well, by the time I get to hers, it's pretty sloppy, huh? And during the night, she likes to get up out of bed every few hours. How can I make her sleep?
Try spanking her.
Every night, slugging her?
I don't think it would last very long if you slugged her once or twice.
I don't think I would either. Well, that's you're pretty tough with babies, huh? Give them a lot of candy, snatch away their orange juice, and slug them, huh? Can't wait till I get home with that baseball bat, huh? Well, in spite of my kidding, Doc, I'm sure you pediatricians are contributing a great deal to the health of the community. Now, in just 1 minute, you're going to try for the DeSoto Plymouth $2,500 question.
Every DeSoto Plymouth dealer has an assignment that means service to you. A mission to deal with you fairly and squarely, whether it be for a new car, a used car, or a simple repair job. Friends, those few simple words stand for a whole way of doing business. A business policy, you might call it, by which more than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth dealers across the entire country have made a reputation which, frankly, is the envy of many other folks in the automotive business, or in any business for that matter. These dealers realize that it's good business sense to treat customers right, to make courtesy an important part of the day's work of all their employees, to tackle any job, no matter how small, with an honest desire to please you. Now, if that's the kind of place you like to do business with, drive in to any authorized DeSoto Plymouth dealers.
Now, let's see if a young mother and a pediatrician will get the chance at the $2,500. Fenneman, tell them the rules.
Each of our three couples has $20. They bet as much of that 20 as they want on each of four questions. The couple that earns the most money gets a chance at the DeSoto Plymouth $2,500 question at the end of the show. Our other two couples are in a waiting room off stage, so they don't know what's happening out here.
Here we go. Let's see how high I can build you $20. You selected songs with beverages in the title. Is that right? Here's your first question. You have $20. How much are you going to try and talk right into the microphone?
$10.
What's the name of this song? Play, Jerry.
Roll off the barrel.
What is it?
And they're on their way. They have $30, Groucho.
Well, now you got $30. Remember, you're going for $2,500 tonight. How much of the $30 will you try?
20 this time.
$20. Let's see if you can identify this one.
P for 2.
P for 2.
They're climbing now. They have $50.
All right, you have $50. How much of the 50 will you bet?
40.
40. Give me the title of this song with a beverage in the title. Music, please.
Cream in my coffee.
Cream in my coffee. You're the cream of my coffee at 70 cents a pound. Now, here's the...
They have $90, Groucho.
$90. They wouldn't have written that song today. Here's your last chance to beat the other couple. How much of the 90 are you going to try?
20.
$20. All right. This song is by Hoagie Carmichael. It's got a beverage in the title. Okay?
Oh, buttermilk sky.
Oh, buttermilk sky.
And they wind up with $110.
Thanks and good luck from the DeSoto Plymouth dealers. Now, don't sneak off. You might still be high for the night and get the chance at the $2,500 question.
Groucho, the secret word is still bread. Perhaps our next couple will say it. Just before we went on the air, our studio audience selected a shoemaker and a housewife. And here they are, Mr. Marvin Babb and Mrs. Harriet Mosley. Meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome, folks, to You Bet Your Life. And if one of you says the secret word, he wins $100 in cash instantly. It's a common word, something you'll find around the house. Mrs. Mosley, is that right?
Right.
Where are you from, Mrs. Mosley?
Sioux City, Iowa, originally.
Sioux City, huh? Mr. Babb, who do you work for?
For Joe Zinke.
Are you married, Mr. Babb?
Yes.
Does your wife think you're a good shoemaker?
Oh, naturally.
Probably thinks you're a fine fellow to boot, too, huh? Has she ever done that?
She's tried it a few times.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any little hides at home that need tanning?
Got one.
Got one, huh? How long have you been married, Mrs. Mosley?
Almost 14 years.
Well, you don't look it.
Thank you, sir.
You look like a recent bride.
I'm almost old enough to be your mother, I'll bet.
I would consider that very seriously.
Anytime, Mr. Marks, you come out and join the brood.
Well, if I had to be part of a brood, let's skip it, huh? I want to do my own brooding. Now, you have children? I'll
Yes,
call
sir.
you Harriet, huh?
Thank you. Yes, I have children.
What are their ages?
12, 8, and 6, and 4.
Bingo. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you called my number. How did you meet your husband, Harriet?
Feet first.
Feet first?
Yes, sir. He was stuck in a transom.
Was it your transom?
No, sir.
Would
He
you
was
mind
trying
clarifying that?
Well, he was trying to get into his own hotel room, the hard way, I guess. He started through, and the transom had closed on him, and he couldn't get out, and he couldn't get in.
Are you sure that was his room?
Yes, sir, I am. Because he was making these strange noises. That's the first thing that drew my attention to him. And
well, it's not the customary position.
No. Certainly isn't. And he said, well, I have a key in my pocket. That seemed awfully silly, but I got the key out of his pocket.
Just a moment, Harriet. Just a moment. Why was he going in through the transom if he had a key in his pocket?
Mr. Marks, he's never told me. I honestly don't know. That's true.
And he still...
I have my own ideas, but...
They're not your own ideas. They're mine, too. Now, shoemaker, I'll just call you cobbler, huh?
We don't like to be called that. That's
Cobbler?
more of a butcher.
Well, some of my shoes have been butchered up pretty well. Well, what specifically do you do?
I repair shoes, put on new soles, new heels, make repairs in the uppers.
You repair uppers? You mean you're also a dentist?
No, I just make shoes.
Oh, now what's the... used to be an old joke about a fellow, patent leather shoes, leather on top and his bare feet were patent on the ground. That belonged to Moran and Mac, the two Black Crows. And they can have it, I might add. How'd you get to be a shoemaker? Did you study at Oxford?
No.
That's a kind of a joke, you see. Which shoes are harder? Do you ever sing Shoo Shoo Baby when you're working? No, I guess not. Which shoes are harder to repair, men's or women's?
No, women's shoes are much harder to repair.
Why is it?
Well, because of all those fantastic designs and styling.
So why do they wear such fantastic styles? Harriet, maybe you can answer that. Why do they wear such peculiar styles?
Get the men to notice their feet.
Wouldn't they do better attracting attention if they walked around barefoot? Well, if you really want to stop traffic, try going without looking carefully before you cross the street. What do they put in cheap shoes that make them wear out?
Well, they put a lot of belly leather in the soles and the insoles.
What's belly leather?
Well, that's the part of the hide that is the covering for the animal's belly. And then you put...
What's the matter with that? Why isn't that just as good as any other part?
Well, that's nice for the cow, but it don't work very good in shoes.
You mean they just can't stomach that kind of leather? Suppose I brought some shoes into your shop and they were in pretty bad shape. Exactly, what would you do to them?
They were really knocked around, beat up, and rip, rattle, and run down the heels. I'd put on a new welt, new heels, new heel bases.
You do all
really
that,
Really make them look like a new pair of shoes.
Seems hardly worthwhile to go to all that trouble. I'm talking about horseshoes. Now, can you tell anything about a person just by looking at a pair of shoes?
Yes.
Well, what can you tell? Give us an example.
Well, you can tell whether he's a man or a woman.
Shoemaker, stick to your last. How would you like it if I came down to your shop and tied all the shoelaces together? Well, I must say I learned a lot about shoe repairing here tonight. Now, you're going to play You Bet Your Life for $2,500. You beat our other couples, and you'll get a chance at the big question later. I can't tell you how much the first couple won, but Fenneman is off stage to remind our listeners.
The pediatrician and the young mother earned $110.
Here we go. Let's see how high I can build you $20. You selected leaders in our government as your category. Now, here's your first question. You have $20. How much are you going to try?
10.
Who is Vice President of the United States?
Barkley.
Alvin Barkley is right.
They're on their way with $30, Groucho.
Remember, you're going for $2,500 tonight. How much of the 30 will you try?
20.
Who is the Chief Justice of the United States?
Douglas?
No, I'm sorry. It's Fred Vinson.
Oh, dear.
Now they have $10.
Well, now you've got $10. Here's your third question. How much of the 10 will you try?
Bet the 10.
Who is the senior senator from Ohio? His father was a president.
Taft.
Senator Taft is correct.
And they're on their way again. They have $20.
Now you've got 20. Here's your last chance to be the other couples. How much of the 20 will you bet?
20.
Who is the Secretary of State?
Dean Atkinson.
Dean Atkinson is correct.
And they wind up with $40.
Thanks and good luck from the DeSoto Plymouth dealers. Now, in a moment, we'll know who's going to earn the chance at the $2,500 question. George, who's ahead so far?
The pediatrician and the young mother are leading with $110. And the secret word is still bread. We invited a number of models to the program tonight, and just before we went on the air, our studio audience chose Dorothy Green. Her partner is Mr. M.A.K. Feldsberg, an artist. And here they are. Folks, meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome, kids, for the DeSoto Plymouth dealers, including that whistle. And if one of you says the secret word, he wins $100 instantly. It's a common word, something you'll find around the house. Miss Dorothy Green, is that right?
That's correct.
You're the model, and a very, very lovely one, too, huh? Are
you.
you married?
Yes, I am.
Let's quit right here, huh? Do you have any little new models at home?
Well, they're sort of new. I have 3.
You have 3?
Yes, I do.
How old are they?
I have 1-6, 1-5, and 1-2.
Well, you don't look it.
Well, thank you.
You must have got married on your bar mitzvah. And Mr. M.A.K. Felsberg, is that right?
Yes.
Where are you from, Mac?
New York originally.
I call you Mac, huh?
Yes, definitely.
Where are you from?
New York originally.
New York, huh? You're the artist, huh?
That's right.
You look a little drawn. I didn't recognize the name. What comic strip do you draw, Mr.?
I don't draw comic strips.
Well, keep trying. You'll get there, huh? Are you married, Mac?
Yes.
How did you meet your wife?
At Carnegie Hall, we happened to have been sitting together.
Did you go in there together or just...
No.
Just music lovers, huh?
Yes.
You started out as music lovers, is that it?
That's right.
And you didn't wind up that way, though?
No, I carried on with my painting.
I hope that's the only carrying on you did, Mr.
Definitely.
What were they playing the night you were at Carnegie Hall, do you remember?
Oh, Brahms Brandenburg Concerto No. 2.
Well,
I forget that.
It's Bach, you know. It's not Brahms.
Bach, yes.
Yes. Just want you to know that I'm no schmo, you know. Many a glass of Bach beer I've drunk in my time. Have you ever painted a portrait of your wife, Mr. Felsberg?
Yes, as a matter of fact.
Where do you hang her? Huh? Where did you hang her?
In the living room over the fireplace.
Isn't it a little warm there?
Talking about the painting.
On this program, we're never sure, Mr. Felsberg. Do you have many paintings on exhibition in galleries?
Yes, I have some all the way across the country, Boston, New York, Pittsburgh, and a few others.
Any local people?
Yes,
people?
Recently I sold a painting, quite a large painting, to Frank Sinatra.
To Sinatra?
Yes.
Who carried it home for? That was probably a frame-up, huh? How can you tell if someone has artistic talent?
Well, I don't believe in the talent. There is no such thing as
There's
talent.
no such thing as?
No.
This will be a great blow to Bing Crosby, you know. Particularly since his son is now pushing him off the airwaves. Could I learn to paint a picture of Dorothy Green here?
Oh, I think so, with a proper supervision.
Well, if I had to have supervision, I'm not interested. Now, what kind of a model are you, outside of being a pretty fair-looking dish there, Dorothy? Are you the new 1950 model DeSoto that's all new from bumper to bumper?
Well, I wouldn't say that, no. I'm a photographic and showroom model.
And where do you do your modeling?
I work through Carolyn Leonetti's agency in Hollywood.
House of Charm, isn't it?
Yes.
May I ask how old you are, Dorothy?
Yes, I'm 26.
You're a fairly recent model, aren't you? What size are you?
What size am I? I'm a perfect size 12.
I don't care what size you are. You're just perfect. What do you say is the most difficult part about modeling?
Well, I would say the fact that we usually work a season ahead. You wind up in a nice, stuffy, hot showroom modeling fur coats in the middle of the summer, and you usually wind up out on the beach in the pouring rain modeling bathing suits in January or something.
You wear a bathing suit in the winter?
Yes, I have, many times.
I can't see what keeps you warm.
You're not supposed to.
Well, I can dream, can't I? Now, what kind of models do you prefer to work with, Mr. Felsberg?
Well, I paint the sea, landscapes and seascapes.
Well, you stick to your work and I'll stick to mine. Now, Mr. Felsberg, I want you to disregard anything I've said about you. Your professional reputation is safe in spite of me. Now, you're going to play the DeSoto Plymouth game. You bet your life. If you beat our other two couples, you'll get a crack at the $2,500 question. I can't tell you how much they won, but George is off stage to remind our listeners.
The pediatrician and the young mother are still ahead with $110.
Here we go. Let's see how high I can build you $20. You selected maiden names of movie stars as your category. Here's your first question. How much of the 20 will you try?
10? All right, we'll try 10.
What is Mrs. Humphrey Bogart's maiden name?
Lauren Bacall.
Lauren Bacall is correct.
And they're off to a good start with $30, Groucho.
How much of the 30 are you going to try? Remember, you're going for $2,500. That's the big one now.
Right.
20.
20. What is Mrs. Tyrone Powers' maiden name?
Linda Christian.
Linda Christian is correct.
They're climbing now. They have $50.
Now you have $50. Here's your third question. How much will you bet of the 50?
25.
25. Here we go. What is Mrs. Walter Wange's maiden name?
Joan Bennett.
Joan Bennett is right.
They're really on their way. They have $75.
Now you got 75, and here's your last chance to beat the other couples. How much of the 75 will you risk?
Can we try 60?
Yes.
60.
60. What is Mrs. Desi Arnaz's maiden name?
Lucille Ball.
Lucille Ball.
And they wind up with a grand total of $135. And that means that they get the chance at the DeSoto Plymouth $2,500 question. If you own a car, it's important to you to get expert service at a fair price. You don't have to be told that. But I do want to tell you that it pays to go to an authorized DeSoto Plymouth dealer, whether it's an emergency or a routine checkup. For there, you get expert, courteous service at the lowest possible cost. In fact, that's a DeSoto Plymouth dealer's everyday way of doing business. Now, they're able to accomplish this because they have highly skilled mechanics in their shop. And these experts work with special factory-designed and approved tools. From the records they keep on your car, they're able to tell you, for example, when your engine is ready for a tune-up or new lubrication. They'll tell you when your tires should be rotated to add thousands of miles to their life. So, for the best from your car, drive in where you get the best service at the sign of an authorized DeSoto Plymouth dealer. And here's the model and the artist, the winning couple, all ready for the DeSoto Plymouth $2,500 question, Groucho.
Well, you won't have to pay anything for a long time if you guess this, Mr. Felsberg. All right, here we go for $2,500. Ready? I'll give you 15 seconds to decide on a single answer between you, so think carefully, and please, no help from the audience. Here it is. As you know, members of the President's Cabinet are appointed. The portfolio of one of these, however, expires every 4 years. Which Cabinet member's term expires every 4 years? Okay, what's the answer you two have decided upon?
No, what?
I'm sorry. It's the Postmaster General.
Yes.
Oh.
So that means the big question next week will be worth $3,000. Well, you lost the big money, but you won $135 in the quiz. Congratulations, and thanks to both of you.
Bet Your Life is a John Goodell production, transcribed from Hollywood, directed by Bob Dwan and Bernie Smith. Music by Jerry Fielding. Be sure to tune in again next Wednesday night at this time for the Groucho Marx Show, You Bet Your Life, presented by the more than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth dealers of America. And remember, all dealers who sell DeSoto also sell Plymouth, two great cars, both products of the Chrysler Corporation. And don't forget, next week the big question will be worth $3,000.
Well, it's almost time for Bing Crosby, so good night, folks. And remember, just be sure to see your DeSoto Plymouth dealer.
Here's a tip from the National Safety Council. Just take it slow on ice or snow. This is George Fenneman signing off for the more than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth dealers from coast to coast. Ladies and gentlemen, the secret word tonight is sugar. S-U-G-A-R.
Rather.
You bet your life. The DeSoto Plymouth Dealers of America present Groucho Marx in You Bet Your Life, the comedy quiz series produced and transcribed from Hollywood. And here he is, the one, the only...
Never heard of him. Oh, that's me, Groucho Marx! Thank you. Well, here I am again with $3,000 for one of our couples tonight. George Fenneman, who's first?
We invited some milkmen and some brewmasters to the show tonight, and just before we went on the air, our studio audience selected milkman Howard Cram. His partner is brewer John White. Gentlemen, meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome, gents, for the DeSoto Plymouth Dealers. And if one of you says the secret word at any time, he wins $100 in cash. It's a common word, something you use every day. A milkman and a brewmaster, eh? Milkman Howard Cram, is that right? Where are you from, Howard?
Park City, Montana. Just a hop, skip, and a jump from Yellowstone National Park.
Well, is that the only way you can go? And Mr. Weiss, you're the brewmaster, huh?
That's right.
Oh, all right. Where are you from?
Omaha, Nebraska.
Why aren't you from Milwaukee?
Born in Omaha.
Did you know then you were going to be in the beer business?
Almost.
Almost? Milkman, you haven't turned sour yet, have you?
No.
Who do you work for?
Ador Milk Farms.
Mm-hmm. And the beer bust, who do you work for?
Meyer Brewing Company.
Who, the Meyer Brewing Company?
Meyer Brewing Company.
How much beer do you brew in a day?
Oh, about 900 barrels.
Hmm. And Milkman, how much milk do you deliver in a day?
Oh, I deliver around 550 quarts a day.
You deliver 550 quarts of milk a day?
Yes.
I don't believe it. Huh? Let me see you open your big brown eyes and say, "Mwah." Now, as a milkman, has anything embarrassing ever happened to you, Mr. Cram?
Well, yes, several things. One, for instance, my wife and I was walking down the street the other day, and I happened to see one of my customers on the street. And I says, "How do you do, Mrs. Jones?" And she looks at me and didn't even recognize me. And I was dressed just like I am now, and I says, "Well, don't you recognize me, Mrs. Jones? I'm your milkman." She says, "Oh, I didn't know you with your clothes on."
This must have made your wife very happy. How about you, Beer Bottle? Have you ever had any unusual experience, embarrassing?
Yes, I remember one incident when I was serving my apprenticeship in the brewery. This plank was placed across the top of this tank here, and I fell off the plank into this tank of beer.
Well, would you have stayed in there if there were pretzels in there?
I think so.
Have you ever been totally dry, Mr. Weiss? Do you know how to milk a cow, Mr. Cram?
Oh, it's easy. There's nothing to it.
Well, it's easy to lay an egg, but I bet you can't do that. Well, I think the least you two could do is shake hands. I now pronounce you malted milk, huh? Now, in just 1 minute, you're going to have a chance to make $3,000.
For many reasons, the DeSoto Plymouth Dealers of America believe that their way of doing business has won them many new customers, folks who will continue to be their customers. That's because these dealers have done their utmost to treat you fairly and squarely. Whether it be for a new car, a used car, or a simple repair job, they've tried to be courteous all along. Well, you, the car owners of America, seem to have appreciated this kind of organization and the attitude it had toward you. So today, in every city and every state, thousands of smart car owners make sure they stop at the sign of an authorized DeSoto Plymouth dealer.
Now, let's say if a milkman and a brewmaster will be the ones who get the chance at the DeSoto Plymouth $3,000 question. Fenneman, explain the rules.
Each of our three couples has $20. They bet as much of that 20 as they want on each of 4 questions. The couple that earns the most money gets the chance at the $3,000 question at the end of the show. Our other two couples are in a waiting room off stage, so they don't know what's going on out here.
You selected famous friends and companions as your category, is that right? All right, now you have $20. How much are you going to bet? $10. Here's your first question. You bet $10. What was the name of Robinson Crusoe's faithful servant?
Friday.
Friday is right, huh?
They're on their way with $30, Groucho.
Remember, you're going for $3,000 tonight. How much of the 30 will you try?
20.
What was the name of John Alden's good friend? So quiet you can hear a contestant drop. Well, I'm sorry. It was Miles Standish.
They now have $10.
All right. Here's your third question. How much of the 10 are you going to try?
$5.
$5. Who was Tom Sawyer's best friend?
Huckleberry Finn.
Huckleberry Finn is right.
On the way again, they have $15.
All right, now you got 15. Here's your last chance to beat the other couples. How much of the 15?
15.
Shoot the works. Who was Sherlock Holmes' faithful friend?
Dr.
Well, yes, that's right. It was Dr. Watson the Needle.
Oh,
Dr. Watson. Well, here's one more chance to make some money. If you get this one right, I'll hand over $10 in cash, and please, no coaching. Who was buried in Grant's tomb?
Grant.
General Grant is right. Thanks and good luck from the DeSoto Plymouth dealers. Now stick around. Who knows? You may be the ones who get the chance at the $3,000 question.
Groucho, the secret word is still sugar. Perhaps our next couple will say it. Just before we went on the air, our studio audience selected an interior decorator, Mr. Doug Haynes, and a housewife, Mrs. Audrey Forsythe. Folks, meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome to You Bet Your Life. And if one of you says the DeSoto Plymouth secret word, he wins $100 in cash instantly. It's a common word, something you use every day. Audrey Forsythe, where are you from?
Pine Bluff, Arkansas.
You're a very pretty housewife.
Thank you.
Is your husband as pretty as you are?
Not quite.
Is he much bigger than you are?
Yes, he is.
Well, let's forget it, huh? What does your husband do, Audrey?
He's in the Army. He's a tech sergeant.
A tax sergeant?
Yes,
What does he do, sit on tax? Now, what is a tax sergeant? I haven't been...
Well, I don't know.
I've only been through 5 wars, so I don't know. I didn't say I was in them. I was just through.
Well, it's the grade below a master is all I know.
And do you see him very often?
Oh, he's going overseas.
When?
Around the 28th, I suppose.
Mr. Douglas Haynes, you're the interior decorator, huh?
No, Hal Haynes, sir.
Oh, Hal Haynes, huh? Where are you from, Hal?
I'm from Auckland, New Zealand.
Are you married?
Yes, sir.
Is your wife in the Army, huh?
No, she's not in the army.
How did you meet your wife, Hal?
Well, she was touring in New Zealand with her father, who's Dante the magician. And I went to a dance, and I met her and looked at her and said, "Can you see out of those beautiful eyes?" And she said yes, and 2 weeks later we were married.
Is that the customary approach in New Zealand?
I don't know, sir. It's the only one I've ever approached.
Well, I think you did it charmingly, huh? How did you meet your husband, Mrs. Forsythe?
I was working at my brother and sister-in-law's cafe during the summer.
Where was this?
In Pine Bluff, Arkansas.
Oh.
And my brother-in-law is a very ticklish person. I mean, he's just ticklish all over. And
you say he's ticklish all over? You mean all over Arkansas? You'll have to explain that a little clearer, huh? Not too clear now, huh?
And this morning, I came bursting in this cafe, and I noticed this man bending over the drink case. So I ran up to him, and I jabbed him in his ribs, and this fellow fell practically in the drink case. His hair was wet, and so I started laughing, naturally. And when I laugh, I close my eyes, and so
Let's see, will you laugh?
So when I looked up,
You say he's leaving the 28th?
So, where was I now?
You had your betrothed in a water case or something.
So when I finally stopped laughing, I looked up and hissed a very angry man. I said I was sorry that I thought he was my brother-in-law.
And then we were married a couple of months later.
Oh. Was he dry by that time?
Yes, he was quite dry.
Where do you do your decorating, Mr. Haynes?
I work for W&J Sloan's in Beverly Hills.
Mm-hmm. Well, how much would you charge to decorate, let's say, fix up the inside of the average 5-room house?
Oh, about $4,000 to $5,000.
Now, I don't mean to build a house. I mean... just climb down out of that chandelier up there. Right? I mean, how little could you do it for?
Well, we could do it for as little as, say $500 or $1,000. But
really?
Wouldn't suit a man in your position, Mr. Mouse.
My customary position is horizontal, would that mean? Now, to be a successful decorator, what do you regard as the most important requirement?
Well, you have to know proper balance of a room and...
proper balance in the bank?
Well, yes.
Look at him grin when I said bank. What else?
The layout of the room. I mean, you should have it in conversational groupings.
Conversational groupings? You mean the furniture sits around and talks to each other?
No, I mean, we try and face chairs.
One chair says to the other, says, my, your legs are crooked tonight. You ought to wear a longer valance. Says, well, my balance in the bank is so bad I can't afford it. No groaning, please, huh? Mrs. Forsythe, has your husband gone yet? Tell me, have you learned anything about interior decorating?
It sounds expensive.
Mr. Haynes, would you care to defend yourself?
Well, as a matter of fact, a good decorator can save money.
Well, at your prices, I'm not surprised. How much did you save last year? Huh? How do you generally decide what color scheme to use in a house? Al?
Well, if it's a cold room, you use warm colors.
Mm-hmm. Wouldn't it be better to put in a gas heater? Mrs. Forsythe, if this isn't too impudent, what color is your living room?
It's pink.
It's pink. How about it, Mr. Haynes? Is the living room warm?
Oh, yes.
How do you know her living room is warm? Maybe she's wearing long underwear. Well, tell us more about colors. It's fascinating. For example, what's a good color for the bedroom?
Well, I would use pastel shades. Loud colors have a tendency, to, keep you awake.
Mrs. Forsythe, what color is your bedroom?
It's a sort of an orange red.
Sounds noisy. How do you sleep?
I turned the light out, and the colors...
You say you turned the light out?
Yes.
Doesn't that keep your husband in the dark? Now, you're going to have a chance to make $3,000. You run your $20 into more than the other couples, and you get a crack at the big question. I can't tell you how much they won, but George Fenneman is off stage to remind our listeners.
The milkman and the brewmaster lost all their money, so this couple has a clear field.
Here we go. You have $20. How much are you going to risk?
10.
You selected largest cities of the United States as your category. Is that right?
Yes.
Now, you're going to bet $10. What is the largest city in the state of Ohio?
Akron.
Do you agree with that?
Toledo.
I'm sorry, it's Cleveland.
They now have $10, Groucho.
Well, that's too bad. Well, you've got $10. Remember, you're going for $3,000. That's the big prize anyhow. Now, how much of the $10 will you try?
5.
What is the largest city in the state of Michigan?
Detroit.
Detroit is correct.
Well, on the way now, they have $15.
Now you have $15. Now, how much of the 15 you going to try?
10.
What is the largest city in the state of Massachusetts?
Boston.
Boston is correct.
They're still climbing. They have $25.
Now, you got $25, and here's your last chance to beat the other couples. How much of the 25 you going to risk?
25.
Shoot the works. What is the largest city in the state of Missouri?
St. Louis.
St. Louis is correct.
And they wind up with $50.
Well, thanks and good luck from the DeSoto Plymouth dealers. Now, in just a moment, our last couple will come up to bat, and then we'll know who gets the chance at the $3,000. Gentlemen, who's ahead so far?
The interior decorator and the housewife are leading with their $50. And the secret word is still sugar. Perhaps the next couple will say it. In honor of Valentine's Day, we invited some people whose occupations are in keeping with the season. And just before we went on the air, our studio audience selected Mr. Jack Thorpe, a greeting card writer, and his partner is Miss Frankie Brown, a wedding director. And here they are. Folks, meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome, children, to You Bet Your Life. And if one of you says the DeSoto Plymouth secret word, he wins $100 in cash instantly. It's a common word, something you use every day. A greeting card writer and a wedding director. Huh? Mr. Thorpe, huh? You're the greeting card writer?
That's correct.
Well, greetings. Where are you from? Huh?
Los Angeles.
Frankie Brown? That's an odd name for a girl, isn't it?
My name's really Frances.
Oh, well, there's a new movie out called Frances, you know. Were you the star of that picture?
Not that I know of.
It's a good thing. Frances is a mule in this picture. Where are you from, Frankie?
I'm from Las Vegas, Nevada.
Do you have a husband, Frankie?
No, I don't.
No. You have nice teeth, Frankie.
Thank you.
Do you plan to remain an old maid, Frankie?
I'm not an old maid. I'm only 22.
How old are you, Jack?
25.
Are you married?
No, I'm not.
Well, let's find out something about you, too. Frankie Gal, where do you direct your weddings?
At Hotel Last Frontier in Las Vegas, Nevada.
How many marriages have you engaged in?
About 1,500.
And how many engagements have you married in? What are your duties as a wedding director?
Well, I arrange for the organist, send notices to their hometown paper, contact the minister, and arrange flowers.
You sure you're not a funeral director?
No, I'm a wedding director.
It's a pretty mortuary description, you do. You're a wedding director, huh? Well, there isn't too much difference, huh? Only thing is, at a wedding, you can smell your own flowers. Now, tell me about the greeting card business, Mr. Thorpe. Who do you work for?
Well, I do work for Colonial Greeting Card, Buzzer Cardoza, and several others.
Yeah, well, what are your duties as a greeting card writer?
Oh, I write verses for greeting cards.
You mean somebody writes those things, huh? How do you know what to write?
Well, the simplest thing is the best. The more you say and the less you mean, the better.
It's something like the Congressional Record, huh? Well, can anybody be a greeting card writer?
No, it takes a special talent. You have to be general, not too specific. For example, if I say, to my black-eyed sweetheart, a fellow couldn't send that to a blue-eyed girl.
You could if you gave her 2 shiners the night before. Well, tell me, Shakespeare, what are the... What specifically are the occasions for which you provide this deathless prose? Huh?
Well, we have greeting cards for all occasions. Birthdays, Valentines. Congratulations for starting a new business.
Congratulations for starting a new business?
That's right.
And suppose he goes Mahola. What happens then? Suppose he goes bankrupt.
I'll pick up a new verse.
What do? Do you say the voice is yet to come? Suppose you were in love with Frankie here, Jack, and you wanted to send her a beautiful Valentine poem. What would you say on it? Go ahead, whip one out. Huh?
Oh, I couldn't whip one right out. I'd have to think about it.
Oh, how long? Huh?
Oh, it'd take me a couple of days.
By that time, she's married to some desert right up in Las Vegas. You know those desert rats? They trap them with cheesecake up there. Huh? Don't you carry any of your epics around with you?
Oh, I always carry cards with me.
Well, read us one. Huh?
Hi there, Grandma darling.
Frankie, you certainly got old quick, huh? Well, Jackie boy, that was pretty old-fashioned. Haven't you got anything more streamlined?
Yes, I have a comic Valentine here.
Oh, you have, huh?
It has a picture of a garter and a stocking on it. As the stocking said to the garter, "Hook up with me, pal. I ain't been snagged yet."
I'll bet that'd be a wow in Las Vegas, huh? Frankie, while you're swooning from all this sentiment here, let's talk some more about your job. For instance, where do the people come from who get married in your chapel?
Well, they come from all over the world.
Well, why? Can't they get married in Yugoslavia or Spain?
No.
Or
Our chapel's...
Panama Canal?
It doesn't cost as much as having a large wedding in your hometown.
And then another thing, nobody knows you're there, too. Well, how much do you charge for this grand larceny?
We have two plans. One is $25.
$25?
Mm-hmm. The other
what do you get for the
$15.
$25?
Well, $25, you get a minister of your choice and an organist to play whatever songs you'd like, witnesses if you need them.
No bride? What do I get for $15? I'm probably not even there for that. What do I get for $15?
Well, for $15, you get the same things as you do for the $25, except that you get a live organist.
For $15? For $15 you get a live organist? What do you get, a dead one for $25? Frankie? Frankie, I'll take the one with the dead organist. That's the one for me. It's $10 more, but it's worth it, huh? Now, Frankie, what's the largest number of splice jobs you've racked up in a single day, huh?
One Valentine's Day we had 27 weddings.
And is that what killed the organist? What are your working hours on a job like that, huh?
Well, I work from 9 to 5, and I'm on call 24 hours a day.
Oh. Well, you're sort of like a fireman, huh? You slide down a brass pole with a box of rice in one hand and a dead organist in the other. Well, now that you two are practically engaged, let's see if you'll get the chance at the DeSoto Plymouth $3,000 question. Beat our other two couples, and you'll get a crack at the $3,000 question. I can't tell you how much they won, but George is off stage to remind our listeners.
The interior decorator and the housewife are ahead with $50.
Here we go. Let's see how high I can build you $20. You selected colleges as your category. All right, you have $20. How much you going to try?
Well, we'll start with 10.
What college is located at Palo Alto?
Stanford.
Stanford is right.
And they're off to a fine start with $30.
All right, you got $30. Remember, you're going for $3,000 tonight. How much of the 30 will you bet?
25.
25. What college is located at Ann Arbor?
Michigan.
University of Michigan.
They're climbing now. They have $55.
You got 55. Here's your third question. How much of the 55 are you going to go for?
50.
What college is located at New Haven?
Yale.
Yale is right.
They're really on their way now. They have $105.
Now you've got $105. There's your last chance to beat the other couples. How much of the 105 are you going to go for?
100.
What do you say, Keith?
100.
What college is at Laramie? Laramie.
University of Wyoming.
University of Wyoming.
And they wind up with $205. And that means that they get the chance at the DeSoto Plymouth $3,000 question. We're a nation of car owners in this country, And many of us know the inside of our family car as well as the back of our hands. Others don't care about what goes on inside our car, just so long as it's driving smoothly and economically. But whichever case fits you, when you drive your car into a shop for a checkup or some kind of repair job, you do like to know what is going to be done. You like to know why. And, of course, how much it will cost. Now, here's one big reason why you'll appreciate the kind of service you get at a DeSoto Plymouth dealers. The men who work on your car at a DeSoto Plymouth dealers are service experts. They've had special training, constant training. They've special tools and equipment to work with that you won't find just anywhere. And on top of all these advantages, you'll find they've a courteous interest in explaining to you what will be done to your car, why it's going to be done. And you'll also get an estimate of what the job will cost. That's fair, isn't it? Well, fairness is one of the aims of the folks you'll meet at the sign of an authorized DeSoto Plymouth dealer. And here's the greeting card writer and the wedding director, the winning couple, all ready for the DeSoto Plymouth $3,000 question, Groucho.
All right, here we go to $3,000. I'll give you 15 seconds to decide on one single answer between you, so think carefully. And please, no help in the audience. Here it is. The first capital of our country was New York. For $3,000, where was the second capital? All right, what's the answer you two have decided upon?
Annapolis?
No, I'm sorry. It's Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So that means the big question next week will be worth $3,500. Well, you lost the big money, but you won $205 in the quiz. Congratulations, and thanks to both of you, huh?
You Bet Your Life is a John Goodell production, transcribed from Hollywood, directed by Bob Dwan and Bernie Smith. Music by Jerry Fielding. Be sure to tune in again next Wednesday night at this time for the Groucho Marx Show, You Bet Your Life, presented by the more than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth dealers of America. And remember, all dealers who sell DeSoto also sell Plymouth, two great cars, both products of the Chrysler Corporation. And don't forget, next week, the big question will be worth $3,500.
Well, it's almost time for Bing Crosby, so good night, folks. And remember, just be sure to see your DeSoto Plymouth dealer.
Here's a tip from the National Safety Council. Look out for the driver who doesn't look out for you. This is George Fenneman, signing off for the more than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth dealers from coast to coast.
Ladies and gentlemen, the secret word tonight is table. T-A-B-L-E.
Rather.
You Bet Your Life. The DeSoto Plymouth Dealers of America present Groucho Marx in You Bet Your Life, the comedy quiz series produced and transcribed from Hollywood. And here he is, the one, the only...
That Fenneman's a nice kid. Oh, that's me, Groucho Marx. Here I am again with $3,500 for one of our couples tonight. George Fenneman, who's first to try and take away all this money?
We invited some high school students to the show tonight, and just before we went on the air, we selected Myrno Elliott and Melvin Knorr. And here they are, folks. Meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome, kids, for the DeSoto Plymouth dealers. And if one of you says the secret word, he wins $100 in cash instantly. It's a common word, something you'll find around the house. High school students, eh? Well, it's nice to have you here. Mervyn, Noah, is that right?
Melvin.
Melvin. Where are you from, Mel?
Eagle Rock High School.
Where?
Eagle Rock High School.
Eagle Rock, huh? Oh. And before that, where are you from?
Well, I was born 2 blocks north of the Warner Brothers studio in North Hollywood.
Is that with sound or without? And where are you employed?
I don't work.
I'll keep you secret, but answer my question. Where are you employed? Huh?
I don't work. I go to high school.
You're right the first time. You don't work. Mino Elliott, is that you, Mino?
That's right.
That's kind of an odd name for a girl, isn't it, Mino?
Well, I had a little cousin who was 3 years old, and he couldn't say my given name, which is really Muriel, and he came out with Myrno, and we liked it so well it just stuck.
What happened to this kid that christened you, huh?
Oh, he's still a nice little boy.
Boopity boopity boop. That wasn't very nice of me to do that, Mino, but you sounded so young, and, well, I just couldn't resist it, that's all. What school do you attend, Mino?
I just graduated from Van Nuys High School.
Oh, well, congratulations. Now that you graduated from school, what are your plans? Are you going to look for a job?
I have a job keeping house for my husband.
Your husband? You mean you just graduated from high school and you've already got a husband? Did he come with a diploma?
I've had him for almost 19 years.
You had a husband for 19 years? What did you do, get married when you were 3 years old?
No, I was 14.
Well, you married late in life, didn't you? You've been married 19 years and you were 14. That comes to around, let's see, 33 years old you are?
Yes, sir.
Now, how old are you, 26?
I'm 33. It sounds horrible, but doesn't feel bad.
Well, you certainly don't look bad, huh? You're 33 years old, you've got a husband, and you just graduated from high school?
Well, I was sort of detained a little, you know. When I ran away and got married, I didn't really think I'd ever get to finish, although I always wanted to. And, you see, my daughter, Aloha, was going to the school, too. And
Who?
My daughter, Aloha, was in the school with me, and everybody thought we were sisters, and we were listed in the records that way, so it wouldn't discombobulate the teachers or the kids either one, you know.
They wouldn't what, did you say? I'd like to add that to my vocabulary.
Discombobulate, that's...
Discombobulate, huh? What do you look under? Discomboob or... Tell me, did any of the high school boys try to make dates with you?
Well...
Foolish question.
A few times, but...
2 times, huh? How about the teachers? Just the students, huh?
That's right.
And what'd you tell them? You said,
well, this one boy used to hide around the staircases. He kept getting so persistent, so I got him in the corner and I told him that Aloha was my daughter instead of my sister to cool him off.
Did that cool him off? Wouldn't have cooled me off. Well, who signed your report card? Your husband?
Oh, I had a system. You see, I was listed at school as Myrno Elliott, so when I took the card to him, I'd sign the cards as Mrs. H.W. Elliott, and then it looked all right.
What kind of grades did you get, Mino?
Well, I was very fortunate. I was able to get all A's for all 3 semesters I was there.
Oh, that's wonderful. What grade is your daughter in?
Well, she's just a year behind me in school.
She's just a year behind you? And is her daughter only a year behind that? Now, Mel, you're still here, aren't you, Mel? You know, you could have graduated while I was talking to you. Well, where do you work, Melvin?
High school.
You're still in that school, huh? Well, do you hold any class offices like treasurer?
Well, I was a basketball manager.
Basketball? I've often wondered about that. Why don't they have a bottom in that basket so the ball doesn't keep dropping out all the time? Tell me, do they still have 6 players on the side?
That's girls' basketball.
I thought I was on the wrong team. Your basketball manager you were? How much is your salary?
I don't get a salary.
What'd they do, pay you off in dribbles? Now, what do you do as a basketball manager?
Well, I keep score for most of the games, time the games, clean the basketballs, and clean the gym floors.
You have a pretty important job there, huh? That's like a vice president in an advertising agency. Now, what kind of work do you do?
I go to high school.
Still going to school, eh? You gotta look out. You'll be 33 too before you graduate. Well, it's been enlightening having you two here, and may I say you're a remarkable woman. And if you play your cards right, pretty soon you'll be the prettiest grandmother in Van Nuys High School. Now, in just 1 minute, you're going to get you a chance to try for the DeSoto Plymouth $3,500 question.
The Groucho Marx program, friends, is being brought to you by the more than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth dealers of America. And their reason for presenting this program is to tell you something about themselves, to extend a cordial invitation to you to come in and get acquainted with them. For they're sure, once you've paid them that first visit, you'll be back whenever you need anything pertaining to cars. The reason they're so certain about this is that they, and by they, I mean everyone in a DeSoto Plymouth dealer's place of business, are out to see that you are satisfied. No matter what make of car you drive, no matter what year it is, the folks at your DeSoto Plymouth dealers will do their utmost to treat you fairly and squarely. That's their creed. That's your best reason for driving in wherever you see the sign of an authorized DeSoto Plymouth dealer.
Now, let's see if 2 high school pupils will get the chance at the $3,500. Fenneman, tell them the rules.
Each of our 3 couples has $20. They bet as much of that 20 as they want on each of 4 questions. The couple that earns the most money gets a chance at the DeSoto Plymouth $3,500 question at the end of the show. Our other 2 couples are in a waiting room off stage, so they don't know what's happening out here.
Now, let's see how high I can build you $20. You selected songs of the 20s as your category, is that right? Now, you have $20. Here's your first question. How much of the 20 will you bet? And talk right up into the microphone.
10.
This song was first popular in 1925. What's the name of it? What's the
Eyes of Blue.
That's right, Pop.
Yeah. Well, they're on their way. They have $30 now, Groucho.
All right, now you got $30. Remember, you're going for $3,500 tonight. How much of the 30 will you bet?
20.
All right, give me the title of this song. Play, Jerry.
When the Red Robin Kings Baba.
When the Red Robin Kings Baba.
They're climbing now. They have $50.
All right, you got $50. Here's your third question. How much of the 50 are you going to try?
40.
$40. Let's see if you can identify this one. Okay, Jerry.
Sitting on top of the world.
I'm sitting on top of the world.
They now have $90.
All right, you got $90. Here's your last chance to be the other couples. How much of the 90?
80.
$80. What is the name of this song?
But everyone of the $170.
Thanks and good luck from the DeSoto Plymouth dealers. Now stick around. Who knows? You may be the ones who get the chance at the $3,500 question.
Groucho, the secret word is still table. Perhaps the next couple will say it. We invited some deputy district attorneys.
Deputy district turnips, did you say? Why, that's a vegetable. That man doesn't look like a vegetable to me.
I was trying to say that we invited some deputy district attorneys.
Well, why don't you say that, Penniman, huh?
To the show tonight, and just before we went on the air, our studio audience selected Mr. Bill Ritzy. His partner is a housewife, Mrs. Lillian Watkins. And here they are. Folks, meet Groucho Marx.
Hello?
Welcome to You Bet Your Life. And if one of you says the secret word, he wins $100 in cash. It's a common word, something you'll find around the house. A district attorney and a housewife, eh? Practically the same thing. Now, D.A., are you married? Answer yes or no.
Yes.
How'd you meet your wife? And remember, you're under oath.
Well, frankly, she's a minister's daughter.
Call me Groucho, huh? Frankly left about 10 minutes ago.
She's a minister's daughter, and I happen to be taking the collection.
Oh, did you take the whole collection?
No, there were two of us.
Oh. I see. Well, you split it, huh? Tell me, isn't it customary to turn in something to the church?
Well, we try to turn in all of it.
Oh, I see.
In any event, while taking the collection, she asked me how was business, and...
You mean she was a crook, too? Well, anyhow, you must have got the wedding for nothing, didn't you?
No, I had to pay for that.
You had to pay your old man? So did you get a rebate later on?
No, I didn't.
Are you married, Mrs. Watkins?
You've been calling me Mrs.
I'm married and nobody calls me Mrs. How'd you meet your husband, Mrs. Watkins?
Well, I was working at the Denver Dry Goods in the ladies' suit and dress department. So one day the buyer says, well, won't you take some down to the window trimmer? So I went down there, and I didn't hear the window trimmers come back. And finally, one of them says to the other, well, where did that new dummy come from anyway? I turned around. I was very angry, and I says, well, I'm no dummy, and here's your dresses. And I walked out. And he says, well, you don't need to get so mad, do you?
And what'd you say?
And I said, yes, if you come up in our department, we treat you nice.
And what was your department?
Ladies' dress department.
Ladies' dresses.
Yeah.
Now, Bill Ritzy, as the district attorney, just what do you do?
Well, I'm not the district attorney. I'm a district attorney.
The question was, what do you do? Not what are you? And as long as you brought it up, what's the difference between the district attorney and a district attorney?
Well, I'm under the district attorney.
Must get pretty stuffy under there. Well, as an assistant DA, what do you do as an assistant district attorney?
Well, I'm not an assistant district attorney. I'm a deputy district attorney.
Don't tell me you're under him, too, huh?
Yes, I am.
Well, it sounds to me you're low man on the totem pole. Well, what do you do as a deputy district attorney? So far, you haven't done anything. Just go to sleep under two men, huh?
We prosecute criminal cases. I happen to be assigned to one of the trial divisions, and...
Do you handle burglaries?
Yes.
Have you ever been caught? Where do you get your business, D.A.? Do you advertise in the newspaper? Like Crook Wanted?
No, about 95% of our business comes in from the various police departments here in the county, and of course the rest come in from private citizens.
That sounds pretty reasonable. Anything going on in your neighborhood, Mrs. Watkins, that you'd like to bring to the attention of the district attorney?
No, not that I can think of.
You mean all is serene in your life? Can't
Well,
you think of anything you'd like to complain about?
Not all. The lady on my party line just talks too much.
She keeps talking, and I suppose you don't get a chance to use the telephone.
No,
huh?
I don't. Sometimes 10, 15, 20 minutes.
What do they talk about?
Oh, she's always talking about what...
think we got a case here for the DA. The district attorney, what's the penalty for wiretapping? Well, I've grilled our district attorney, but it was all in fun. Nobody knows me better than I do what a great job the district attorney does for the taxpayer. Now, please, don't laugh at that, huh? That's to square me with the cops. Now, you're going to play You Bet Your Life for $3,500. You beat our other couples, and you get a chance at the big question later. I can't tell you how much the first couple won, but Fenneman's off stage to remind our listeners.
The 33-year-old high school girl and her partner won $170.
Here we go. Let's see how high I can build you $20. You selected capitals of Latin American countries as your category, right? All right, you have $20. How much you going to bet? And talk right into the microphone and loud.
$10.
$10. Here's your first question. What is the capital city of Peru?
Lima.
Lima is right.
And they're on their way with $30.
All but 10.
You're going to bet $20. Is that right? What is the capital city of Argentina?
Buenos Aires.
Buenos Aires is right. You now have $50. Huh?
Bet the whole 50.
The whole 50. All right. What is the capital city of Chile? Chile.
Santiago.
Santiago is right.
They're really climbing now. They have $100.
All right, you got $100. Here's your last chance to beat the other couples. How much of the 100 will you bet?
Bet it all.
All right, what is the capital city of Ecuador?
Quito.
Quito is right.
And they wind up with $200.
Hey, watch yourself. Thanks and good luck from the DeSoto Plymouth dealers. Now, it won't be long before we meet the last couple, and then we know who gets the chance at the $3,500 question. Fenneman, who's ahead?
The deputy district attorney and the housewife with $200. And the secret word is still table. We invited some dog trainers and some piano teachers to the show tonight. And here come the two selected to be on our show with the studio audience just before we went on the air. Mr. Carl Spitz and Mrs. Inez Murray meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome, folks, with the DeSoto Plymouth dealers. And if one of you says the secret word, he wins $100 in cash instantly. It's a common word, something you'll find around the house. Mrs. Maury, is that right?
Yes.
Inez Maury?
Yes.
You're a piano teacher, huh?
Yes, I am.
Very attractive piano teacher, huh? I've been thinking of taking up the piano lately.
I'd love to have you.
And Mr. Spitz, you're the dog trainer?
Yes.
Well, there's been a horrible mistake here. We asked for a dog trainer, and we got a dog. Are you from Spitzenberg?
No, quite a bit distant from Spitzbergen. I'm
Where?
from near Heidelberg in Germany.
Oh, well, you must be a beer expert, huh?
Sometimes.
Miss, are you married, Ina?
Yes, I am.
You are. Huh? How'd you meet your husband?
Oh, it was very unromantic at first.
How long was it unromantic?
Oh, dear. Mutual friends arranged a meeting. The friends said, we think you two musicians should meet each other.
Oh, what does he play?
He's a pianist, too.
Did you have the piano movers carry you over the threshold when you got married? Mr. Spitz, you're the dog trainer, is that right?
So far, yes.
Well, then we can start from scratch. Now, I want to ask you a question. You're a dog trainer. Is it true a barking dog never bites?
Not as long as he bites.
Well, they say every dog has his day. It certainly doesn't seem to be mine. What's the best age to start training dogs, Mr. Spitz?
Oh, about 8 months.
You mean you've been training dogs since you were 8 months old?
I mean, the dog is 8 months old.
Well, that's better. After all, after 8 months, you weren't very well trained yourself. Now, tell me, Chopsticks, what are some of the typical excuses your students give you for not practicing?
Oh, heavens. There are thousands of them.
Well, give us 900, huh?
Oh, dear. Sore 4 fingers, Daddy sleeps all day, the keys of the piano are stuck, won't sound.
What sort of excuses do your dogs use to get out of their lessons?
Well, the dogs have no excuses.
I thought they might say, excuse me, but I have to see a dog about a man. What makes one dog vicious and one dog gentle, Mr. Spitz?
Well, fundamental, I don't think there's any vicious dog.
Not if you're on the mantle, no, but I mean... Do dogs ever become psychiatric cases? Do they have dog psychologists?
Yes.
Which dogs make the best psychologists? I suppose the dog lies on a couch and talks about the days when he was a kitten. Huh? Well, let's get back to you, Arpeggio. Do you think you could teach me to play the piano, Ines?
Yes, I'm sure I could. Could you sing a scale?
Scale? I think so. Would you join me in a duet?
Yeah.
Huh? All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do. Wonderful.
Yeah, that was beautiful, Ines. From now on, that will be our song. Now you're going to play the DeSoto Plymouth game, you bet your life. And if you beat our other 2 couples, you'll get a crack at the $3,500 question. I can't tell you how much they won, but George is off stage to remind our listeners.
The deputy district attorney and the housewife are ahead with $200.
Here we go. Let's see how high I can build you $20. You selected royalty as your category, is that right? You have $20. How much you going to try?
10.
What is the name of the Emperor of Japan?
Hirohito.
Hirohito.
Now they have $30.
$30. Remember, you're going for $3,500 tonight. How much of the 30 will you try?
Should we try 20?
What is the name of the exiled king of Belgium?
King Leopold.
Leopold is right.
They're climbing now. They have $50.
You got $50. Here's your third question. How much of the 50 are you going to try?
You decide.
25.
Okay, the little king of Italy abdicated his throne in 1946 and died a year later. What was his name?
Emmanuel.
Victor Emmanuel is right.
They now have $75.
Well, you got $75. How much of the 75 will you go for?
50.
What is the name of the emperor of Ethiopia?
Haile Selassie.
Haile Selassie, happy lad.
And they wind up with $125. And that means the deputy district attorney and the housewife get the chance at the DeSoto Plymouth $3,500 question. A while back, I suggested that you folks drive in and get acquainted with the DeSoto Plymouth dealer. While you're there, visit the service shop. Notice the fine equipment. This equipment is there for you, for use on your car. Every DeSoto Plymouth dealer has special tools and equipment in his shop, the kind you won't find just anywhere. These tools and equipment are factory designed and approved. In the hands of skilled mechanics, you'll find these tools can save hours of time on a job. They help a DeSoto Plymouth dealer service experts do better work faster. That, of course, means money in your pocket, as well as a car that serves you faithfully and economically mile after mile. So visit that DeSoto Plymouth dealer real soon, will you? Get to know the folks in the office, the men in the shop. And you'll find that this knowledge will be a big comfort in the thousands of car miles that lie ahead of you. Tomorrow, drive in at the sign of an authorized DeSoto Plymouth dealer. And remember, all dealers who sell DeSoto also sell Plymouth. And here is the housewife and the deputy district attorney, the winning couple, all ready for the DeSoto Plymouth $3,500 question, Groucho.
All right, here we go for $3,500. Ready? I'll give you 15 seconds to decide on one single answer between you, so think carefully and please, no help from the audience. Here it is. There is only one active volcano in the United States. What is this volcano? What's the answer you two have decided upon?
I'm going to take a guess. Mount Lassen.
Mount Lassen is right. That's right. You win $3,500. What are you going to do with all that money? What are you going to do with all that money?
Well, I got a house that needs going over from top to bottom.
I'll go over it for $3,000. Huh? I'll go under it for $2,000. What about you, D.A.? What are you going to do with the money? Give that money back in the church? What are you going to do with this, Luca?
We haven't any youngsters yet, but I'm sure we are going to have some. And that's...
Well, let's see. You win $3,500 plus $200 in the quiz. You say you really cleaned up tonight, huh? Congratulations from the more than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth dealers from coast to coast. You bet your life.
You Bet Your Life is a John Goodell production, transcribed from Hollywood, directed by Bob Dwan and Bernie Smith. Music by Jerry Fielding. Be sure to tune in again next Wednesday night at this time for the Groucho Marx Show, You Bet Your Life, presented by the more than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth dealers of America. And remember, all dealers who sell DeSoto also sell Plymouth, two great cars, both products of the Chrysler Corporation. And don't forget, next week the big question will be worth $1,000.
Well, it's almost time for Bing Crosby, so good night, folks. And remember, just be sure to see your DeSoto Plymouth dealer.
Here's a tip from the National Safety Council. The highway is no place for a surprise party. Always signal when you stop, slow down, turn, or change direction. This is George Fenneman signing off for the more than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth dealers from coast to coast. Ladies and gentlemen, the secret word tonight is door. D-O-O-R.
Really?
You bet your life. The DeSoto Plymouth Dealers of America present Groucho Marx in You Bet Your Life, the comedy quiz series produced and transcribed from Hollywood. And here he is, the one, the only...
It's a fine name for a grown man. Oh, that's me, Groucho Marx. Well, last week we dropped $3,500, so tonight we start fresh with $1,000 for one of our couples. George Fenneman, who gets first whack at it?
Just before we went on the air, our studio audience selected a bachelor and a spinster, and here they are, Mr. Maurice Hohenstein and Miss Irene Tom. Meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome, kids, for the DeSoto Plymouth dealers. And if one of you says the secret word at any time, he wins $100 in cash. It's a common word, something you see every day. Bachelor and a spinster, eh? Miss Tom? How do you... Tom?
Tom.
The H is silent, huh?
That's right.
Like in herring,
Mm-hmm.
What kind of work do you do, Miss Tom?
I handle the retirement records and special pension files for General Petroleum Corporation.
And Mr. Havenstein?
That's right. The name is Hohenstein.
Hohenstein, huh? Isn't there a cow that has that kind of a name?
Close to it.
What kind of work do you do, Mr. Hohenstein?
Well, I'm office manager for the Owens, Illinois Glass Company.
Mm-hmm. Why aren't you married, Mr. Hohenstein?
Well, I think I'm pretty old now.
I don't know. Look at Barkley. Look at Mayor O'Dwyer. Huh? Look at Hedy Lamarr. I tell you, you look at O'Dwyer and I'll look at Hetty Lamar. How old are you, Maurice?
44 now.
Well, that's a wonderful age for marriage, isn't it, Irene?
Oh, I think it is.
Just about right, huh? Just right, too, I'd say now. Maurice, how tall are you?
About 5'8".
And how tall is your ideal man, Irene?
Oh, about 5'7" or 5'8".
I'll bet if Maurice was a midget, your ideal man would be about 3'6". Has dodging women ever led you into any peculiar experience, Maurice?
Well, only one that I can think of.
Well, that's the one we want. Well, let's have this yarn, Maurice.
I don't know how fitting it is, but here in Los Angeles, I took a young lady up to the apartment of a boyfriend of mine, and no one was home.
Well, so far you're okay, huh?
I couldn't get in, but I knew how to get in because he'd always lose his key, so we would push the garbage can aside and enter.
You had the garbage can in the living room?
When you were out in the hall, you could enter through the garbage entrance to get in to unlock the front door.
Well, that's the wealthiest garbage you'll ever encounter. You just said door, and that's our secret word tonight, so you just won $100 in cash, compliments of the DeSoto Plymouth Dealers of America. Do you remember what we were talking about when the bell rang?
After I'd gotten inside, I took her around to unlock the front door. I didn't know that the boyfriend had moved out about 3 weeks before.
Well, whose garbage was it?
When I got inside, there was a man and his wife in bed. I was pretty dumbfounded, and then I suddenly noticed he was getting out of bed in no uncertain terms. And of course, the front...
What do you mean in no uncertain terms?
I could see blood in his eye or something. He was after me. The front door was right handy there, but I didn't go out the front door. I went back out this garbage hole.
Well, that's certainly a very romantic interlude in your life. Now, as a confirmed bachelor, Maurice, who cooks your meals and rinses the gravy out of your neckties?
Oh, almost anyone that's around.
Irene, are you a pretty good cook?
Well, I think I am.
What kind of a dish do you like to whip up? Anything in particular?
Well, I like fried chicken, but then, of course, I do have a recipe that I'm rather proud of that I like to serve to my friends called Rinkum Ditty.
Rinkum Ditty, did you say? Maurice, do you like Rinkum Ditty? You've never heard of Rinkum Ditty? Maurice, you've certainly led a sheltered and cloistered life. Irene, you're not trying to poison Maurice. What is Rinkum Ditty?
Well, it's really a Welsh rarebit.
Maurice, you obviously need a good woman to look after you. If Irene proposed to you right now, what would your answer be? Would it be no?
Yes.
Well, you've changed your mind, eh, Irene? Here he is, struggling but still alive, huh? Well, congratulations to you two. I know you'll be very happy. And remember, Maurice, the secret word tonight is Rinkum Ditty. Well, I must say you make a charming and attractive couple, and apparently you have a great deal in common. Now, in just 1 minute, you're going to work together for a chance at $1,000. You bet your life.
The DeSoto Plymouth Dealers of America have certain standards which they do their utmost to live up to. You might call this set of standards their creed. It means a lot to them and to you as a car owner. This creed states that every DeSoto Plymouth dealer wants to and intends to treat you fairly and squarely. whether you come in for a new car, a used car, or just a simple repair job. It's the honest desire of everyone in the office and in the shop at your DeSoto Plymouth dealers to serve you to the best of his or her ability. Isn't this the kind of attention you want? Well then, wherever you drive, visit the DeSoto Plymouth dealer.
Now let's see if the next bachelor and the next spinster will be the ones who get the chance at the DeSoto Plymouth $1,000 question. Fenneman, bring them up to date on the rules.
Each of our three couples has $20. They bet as much of that 20 as they want on each of 4 questions. The couple that earns the most money gets a chance at the $1,000 question at the end of the show. Our other 2 couples are in a waiting room off stage, so they don't know what's going on out here.
Here we go. Let's see how high you can build your $20. You select the cities and states as your category. Is that right? All of these cities are over 50,000 in population. Now, here's your first question. You have $20. How much are you going to try?
$10.
$10? Okay. Now, in what state is the city of Providence?
Rhode Island.
Rhode Island is right.
And they're on their way with $30, Groucho.
All right. Remember, you're going for $1,000 tonight. Now, how much of the 30 are you going to try?
10 more.
In what state is the city of Jacksonville?
Florida.
Florida is right.
They're climbing. They have $40 now.
So here's your third question. How much of the 40 will you bet?
$20.
In what state is the city of Patterson?
New Jersey.
New Jersey is correct.
They're really on their way. They have $60.
Here's your last chance to beat the other couples. How much of the 60 will you bet?
$30.
$30. In what state is the city of Sioux City?
Iowa.
Iowa is right.
And they wind up with $90.
Thanks and good luck from the DeSoto Plymouth dealer. Stick around now. You may get a chance at the big question.
Groucho, the secret word is still door.
I know that, George.
Well, perhaps the next couple will say it, too. We have a butler, Groucho, and a housewife selected from the studio audience just before we went on the air. And here they are, Mrs. Irene Colt and Mr. Urbano Galandanis. Meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome, folks, to You Bet Your Life. And if one of you says the secret word, he wins $100 in cash instantly. It's a common word, something you see every day. A housewife and a butler, huh? Mrs. Butler, you're the housewife?
No, I'm Mrs. Gold.
What sort of work do you do?
I'm just a homemaker.
You do
Housewife.
nothing.
Nothing. What do you mean, nothing?
And Mr. Galandinas, is that right?
That's right, sir.
You must be the butler, huh? Where are you from?
From the Philippines, sir.
The Philippines, huh? Well, what do you do as a butler? Just what do you do?
Well, see that the house runs smoothly.
House runs smoothly? You work in a trailer?
I should say that.
What was the best job you had as a butler, Mr. Galandinas?
I work for a millionaire.
Oh, a millionaire, huh? What was their name?
Oh, I would rather not say. That would embarrass him.
Well, could you give me their phone number? Huh? No, they might be looking for a gardener. I know I'm looking for a gardener. He stole my last bag of fertilizer.
Long distance, sir.
Tell me about their house. How many rooms?
Oh, there are 17 rooms in the house.
70 rooms?
17
rooms, huh? And how many servants?
14 servants.
14 servants, huh? What were their jobs?
Oh, butler, second butler, chambermaid, upstairs maid, downstairs maid, cook, chef cook, second cook.
What does the second cook do? Just succotash?
He cooks all the food.
Now, Mr. Galandinas, in your job with a big household, what's the first thing you do in the morning?
Get up from bed, sir.
No, let's say you're up now. I mean, what's the what's the first thing you do?
First thing to do is to see that the breakfast is served. The maids carry the trays to the ladies, and I, the butler, carry the food to the gentlemen, to the boss.
You got the wrong job, haven't you? Can't you have a switch with the maids?
Never, sir.
Now, Irene, can you have breakfast in bed if you want it?
I could if I went out and cooked it and took it back to bed.
You wouldn't have to do that, Irene. At night, all you got to do is fill your hot water bag with coffee. And in the morning, you could fry your eggs on the electric blanket. What else do you do on your job, Urbano? Do you help the master with his clothes?
Well, when he has no valet, sir, then I take care of that.
Let's say this fellow's a pauper who can't afford a valet. Now, what about the lady of the house? Who helps her with her dressing?
Oh, upstairs maids.
How do you know, you rascal? Do you have an upstairs maid, Irene?
Huh, I don't even have an upstairs.
I had an upstairs maid once, but she gave me a lot of trouble. She wouldn't stay upstairs. Well, Mr. Gallandinus, if taxes get any higher, my advice to you is to stop being a butler and become a tax collector. Now, you're going to work together as a team for a chance at $1,000. You run your $20 into more than our other couples, and you'll get a crack at the DeSoto Plymouth Big Question. I can't tell you how much our first couple won, but George Fenneman is off stage to remind our listeners.
The Bachelor and the Spinster won $90.
Here we go. Let's see how high I can build you $20. You selected famous women athletes as your category. All right, now you have $20. How much are you going to try?
$10.
With what sport do you associate Babe Dietrichson?
Golf.
Well, golf is right, yes.
And on my way with $30.
All right, remember, you're going for $1,000 tonight. Now, how much of the $30 will you try?
20.
$20. What sport is Mildred Burke famous in? B-U-R-K-E.
Mildred Burke.
I'm sorry, it's wrestling. She's the world's champion wrestler.
Mildred Burke?
Mildred Burke. We had her on this program. She threw me twice in 3 minutes.
They now have $10.
Well, now you have $10, and here's your third question. How much of the 10 are you going to bet?
Shoot the works.
Shoot the works?
$5.
$5, all right. How much you gonna bet, huh? You want to compromise and make it $8?
Okay.
$8? Here's your third question. With what sport is Louise Brough associated? B-R-O-U-G-H.
Tennis.
Tennis is correct.
You're on the way again. I believe they have $18.
All right. Oh, what a mathematical genius that Fenneman is, huh? You've got $18. Here's your last chance to beat the other couples. How much of the 18 are you going to throw?
Send it on.
15. How much? Okay. With what sport is Shirley Mae France associated?
Swimming.
Swimming is correct.
And they wind up with $33.
You wind up with $33. Thanks and good luck from the DeSoto Plymouth dealers. Now, in just a minute, our last couple will be out here, and then we'll all get the chance at the $1,000. Fenneman, who's leading?
The Bachelor and the Spinster are leading with $90.
And the secret word is still door. Perhaps the next couple will say it.
We invited some tourist experts to the show tonight, and just before we went on the air, our studio audience selected Miss Josette Frontin from the French consulate and Mr. Al Kostler, who drives a sightseeing bus. Folks, meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome for the DeSoto Plymouth dealers, and if one of you says the secret word, he wins $100 in cash. It's a common word, something you see every day. Miss Josette Frontin, is that right? Am I pronouncing your name correctly?
Not very correctly. It is Frontin.
Is Frontin?
Yes.
Oh. You're from the French consulate?
Yes, I am.
Parlez-vous français? You speak French, huh?
Yes, I speak French.
Bon appetit.
Thank you.
Merci beaucoup.
You are welcome.
I think this girl's a phony, huh? She hasn't said one word of French. Mademoiselle Eau de Cologne? That means I'll pay for the perfume later. Let's see you knock off some French.
Oh, bien sûr que je parle français. J'arrive juste de France et c'est juste un petit peu pour vous entendre.
I knew you were French. You know? I know lots of French phrases. Ile de France, that means I'm sick of my friends. Chateaubriand, that means my hat's on fire. Where are you from, Josette?
I am from Dinah in Brittany.
You're from Dinah?
Yes.
What time did you have that, huh? I'm from Hungary, if that anything like
that not
Where is
abroad.
Dina?
It is in Brittany by the seaside.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
Who are you, Mr. Cosler?
I'm a sightseeing bus driver.
Oh. You speak English?
Yes, sir.
What dialect do you speak, Al? I'll call you Al. Huh?
I'm from Colorado, Grand Junction.
Mm-hmm. You speak French?
No, sir.
Too bad. It would have been much easier if you spoke French, then we could all three of us converse in the language of diplomacy. I hope you don't mind if we speak English.
Oh, I think it would be very much better.
Oui, patty pourquoi. What do you work for, Mr. Cosler?
The Tanner Gray Line Motor Tours.
And what are the Tanner lines? Huh?
Well, we operate over all of Southern California, Nevada, and
who do you operate?
Arizona.
Huh?
Sightseeing buses.
You operate on sightseeing buses?
Yes.
What do you use, a hatchet or? Now, what questions do your touring passengers ask most frequently, Al? Please stop at the next filling station.
Mostly,
I want to phone my sister. What do they ask mostly, huh?
Mostly to how they can get into a movie studio and see movie stars.
What are some of the movie stars' homes that you point out, Al?
We pass Loretta Young's home, and Joanne Crawford, Eddie Cantor, Jack Benny's, and...
Don't you go past my house?
We pass within about a half a block of you.
Well, if I knew when you were coming, I could walk up and meet the bus. Well, let's get back to you, Frenchie. What do you do at the French consulate? Are you an ambassador?
No, I'm not an ambassador. I work with the French commercial attaché.
Attaché? What is that? Is that when you stick somebody with a sword?
Oh, no, that is touché.
Touché.
Yeah.
Is two attachés one touché? Hey, I'm picking up quite a lot of the language. Well, just what, huh?
That means attached.
Attached, yeah. And tell me, Josette, are you attached to the attaché?
Oh, no, the attaché is attached to the French consulate.
Well, I hope they'll be very happy together. Well, are you attached to anybody, Josette?
No, I am single.
Ooh la la! That's French, bus driver. But I think you understand what I mean. Huh? Well, how is an attractive French pastry like you is still in the bakery? Surely 50 million Frenchmen can't be wrong.
Well, there are not so many French men in United States.
Well, would you have to marry a Frenchman? Couldn't you marry one of the home guard? Huh?
Well, I think I could be interested in some American man, especially if he had some of the Frenchman qualities.
I see. Well... Mon chéri, what do you have in mind?
Yes, I would like him to be kind, thoughtful, gallant, courteous, debonair, and also what you call a good sport.
Well, what I call a good sport may not be the same as what you call it. How do you feel about American husbands, Al?
I think they're kind and gentle and big-hearted, handsome and well-heeled.
Well, Al, are you that kind of a husband?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? Don't you know what kind of a husband you are?
I'm not married.
Touché, Al. That's French, meaning I make the jokes around here. What do you find most interesting about the United States, Joseph?
Oh, I think that is the fact that every people, Germans, Spaniards, English, French, just seems to be happy to live together and just like if they were a big family. They are whole Americans.
Well, you're very observant, Josette. Perhaps someday the whole world will see it that way, too. As secretary for the commercial attaché, just what are your duties?
My job covers a lot of territory.
You mean your boss chases you around the office? Well, what do you mean, Miss Fontaine?
I mean, I have to answer the phones and the letters, sometimes some funny ones. And also, I receive the people wishing to go for a trip over to France.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'd like to go to France, and I'm planning on going there next summer. What kind of a trip would you suggest for me?
Well, in what are you specially interested?
The same thing any other red-blooded American. The Eiffel Tower. Well, I've learned a lot about France tonight and also about bus drivers. Now, let's see if you two will win the most money and get the chance at the $1,000 question. Beat our other two couples, and that's all you have to do. I can't tell you how much they won, but George is slinking around off stage to remind our listeners.
The Bachelor and the Spinster are still leading with $90.
Here we go. Let's see how high I can build you $20. You selected stars of current movies as your category. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, here's your first question. You have $20. How much will you try?
Better just take $5.
$5. Who plays Samson and Samson and Delilah? No? That's a pretty easy question, though. You should have guessed it. Well, it's Victor Mature. Now you have $15. Well, all right. Remember, you're going for $1,000 tonight, so that's the big prize. Now, how much of the 15 will you try?
Make it 10, then.
Make it 10. All right. Who is the male star of Sands of Iwo Jima?
John Agar and John Wayne.
John Wayne is right.
Well, we're on the way now. They have $25.
All right, now you got $25. Here's your third question. How much of the 25 will you try?
10.
Who plays the title role in Thelma Jordan? Take a guess.
I don't know it.
No.
I'm sorry. It's Barbara Stanwyck. All right, now you have $15. How much you going to bet now?
You better say 15.
You want to shoot the works?
Yeah.
Okay, 15. Who stars in The Western Montana?
Earl Flynn.
Earl Flynn is correct.
And they wind up with $30. And that means the Bachelor and the Spinster get the chance to DeSoto Plymouth $1,000 question. This year, the one thing all of us could count on as far as weather went was that it would be unpredictable. And of course, this is all the more reason to have our cars operating in tip-top shape. Many, many people have discovered this year that it pays to go to an authorized DeSoto Plymouth dealer, whether it's an emergency or a routine checkup. For there you get expert, courteous service at the lowest possible cost. In fact, that's a DeSoto Plymouth dealer's everyday way of doing business. Now, they're able to accomplish this because they have highly skilled mechanics in their shop. And these experts work with special factory-designed and approved tools. From the records they keep on your car, they're able to tell you, for example, when your engine is ready for a tune-up or new lubrication. They'll tell you when your tires should be rotated to add thousands of miles to their life. For the best from your car, stop in where you get the best service at an authorized DeSoto Plymouth dealers. And remember, all dealers who sell DeSoto also sell Plymouth. And here is the Bachelor and the Spinster, the winning couple, all ready for the DeSoto Plymouth $1,000 question, Groucho.
All right, here we go for $1,000. Ready? I'll give you 15 seconds to decide on one single answer between you. So think carefully, and please, no help from the audience. Here it is. Recently, in a big shake-up of personnel, a new chief of naval operations was appointed to succeed Admiral Denfield. Who is the present chief of naval operations? What is the answer you two have decided upon?
I'm afraid I don't know.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's Admiral Forrest Sherman. So that means the big question next week will be worth $1,500. Well, you lost the big money, but you won $90 in the quiz, plus $100 for saying the secret word. Congratulations, and thanks to both of you.
You Bet Your Life is a John Goodell production, transcribed from Hollywood, directed by Bob Dwan and Bernie Smith. Music by Jerry Fielding. Be sure to tune in again next Wednesday night at this time for the Groucho Marx Show, You Bet Your Life, presented by the more than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth dealers of America. And remember, all dealers who sell DeSoto also sell Plymouth. Two great cars, both products of the Chrysler Corporation. And don't forget, next week, the big question will be worth $1,500.
Before winding up tonight's proceedings, I'd like to thank the radio editors of the United States and Canada for voting our show the best quiz program on the air in the annual poll conducted for Fame magazine. Well, it's almost time for Bing Crosby, so good night, folks, and remember, just be sure to see your DeSoto Plymouth dealer.
Here's a tip from the National Safety Council. The golden rule applies in driving, too. Drive as you would have the other fellow drive. This is George Fenneman signing off with the more than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth dealers from coast to coast.
Gentlemen, the secret word tonight is heart. H-E-A-R-T.
Really?
You Bet Your Life. The DeSoto Plymouth Dealers of America present Groucho Marx in You Bet Your Life, the comedy quiz series produced and transcribed from Hollywood. And here he is, the one, the only...
Well, spring is just around the corner. I wish I was. Hey, that's me, Groucho Marx. Thank you. Well, here I am again with $1,500 for one of our couples tonight. George Fenneman, who gets first whack at it?
We asked if there were any couples here tonight who had been married more than 50 years, and just before we went on the air, our studio audience selected Mr. and Mrs. A.S. Thacker, and here they are. Folks, meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome, kids, for the DeSoto Plymouth dealers. And if you say the secret word at any time we're talking, you'll win $100 in cash. It's a common word, something you always have with you. So you two are married more than 50 years, eh? How long have you been married, Mrs. Thacker?
50 years, and last November.
And how long have you been married, Mr. Thacker? How does it feel to be celebrating your 50th wedding anniversary, Mr. Thacker?
Well, just beautiful.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
About the same as the 49th, I suppose. And how was the 48th? Do you remember that?
About the same.
About the same. Well, let's try the 39th. How was that year? Huh?
It was wonderful, too.
Yes, that was a great year, the 39th. How long have you been in California, Mr. Thacker?
27 years.
Mm-hmm. And why did you come here?
Well, we was living at Spokane at that time, and I wanted a warmer climate.
Mm-hmm. Wouldn't it have been cheaper to put on heavy underwear? Where did you formerly reside, Mrs. Thacker? Before that, I mean.
In Texas, Gainesville, Texas.
Was that near Nacogdoches or Denison or... I was once pinched in Nacogdoches for playing euchre on the front porch of the hotel. It happened to be on a Sunday. You're not allowed to play euchre on Nacogdoches on Sunday. As a matter of fact, the way I played, they shouldn't have allowed it on Saturday either. May I ask how old you were when you got married, Mrs. Thacker?
20.
20, eh?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And how old were you when Mrs. Thacker took you out of circulation?
I was 26.
Were you 76?
I'm 77 now.
77. Well, you just passed the spirit of 76. What sort of work do you do now, Mr. Thacker?
I don't work.
You're a bum? You look so prosperous, Mr. Thacker. You worked a mere 50 years and then quit. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. Don't you want to amount to something when you grow up? Do you have any children, Mitty?
Yes, sir. Have 2 sons.
You have 2 sons. That's in Arizona, isn't it? Do you have any grandchildren,
Yes,
Mrs. Thacker?
Yes, sir. I have 2.
2. Do you have any great-grandchildren?
No, sir.
Do you have any great-great-grandchildren?
No.
You're in a rut. Now, after all these years of marriage, do you have any pet name for your wife, Mr. Thacker?
Yes, sir. I always called her sweetheart.
Well, you just said heart, and that was the secret word, so you just won $100 in cash, compliments of the DeSoto Plymouth Dealers of America.
Thank you. Thank you.
And we are definitely using heart as the secret word tonight in honor of the 1950 Heart campaign now going on all over America. And Mrs. Thacker, what do you call 23 Skidoo here?
I call him Shorty.
You call him Shorty? Is that for any financial reason? Or... Do you remember who did the proposing when you were engaged, Mr. Thacker?
Yes, sir, I did.
Well, what did she say after you proposed?
I don't have any idea.
Maybe she said no. How do you know? This could all be a horrible mistake. Mrs. Thacker, do you remember exactly what you said when he proposed?
No.
You said no. Well, then I was right. It is a horrible mistake. Well, seriously, it's been inspiring having you two here with a 50-year marriage. You've set a fine example for the young couples of America. And I hope you'll invite me to your 75th anniversary. Now, in just 1 minute, you're going to work together for a chance to win a lot of money. You bet your life.
Your DeSoto Plymouth dealer pledges himself to treat you fairly and squarely, day after day, year after year. In fact, that's the way the more than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth dealers of America feel about all the customers they serve. That's their pledge, and they'll do their utmost to live up to it at all times. No matter why you drive into a DeSoto Plymouth dealer's, you'll find it the honest desire of all the folks there to serve you to the very best of their ability. They know that's the kind of attention that will make you a satisfied and steady customer in the years to come. That's why it pays to stop where you see the sign of an authorized DeSoto Plymouth dealer. And remember, all dealers who sell DeSoto also sell Plymouth.
Now then, let's see if you two youngsters will get the chance at the $1,500. Fenneman, tell them the rules.
Each of our 3 couples has $20. They bet as much of that 20 as they want on each of 4 questions. The couple that earns the most money gets a chance at the DeSoto Plymouth $1,500 question at the end of the show. Our other 2 couples are in a waiting room off stage, so they don't know what's happening out here.
Here we go. Let's see how high I can build you $20. You selected name the fruit as your category. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Now, here's your first question. You have $20, and how much will you risk?
10.
What type of fruit is a pippin?
Apple.
An apple is right.
And on their way with $30.
You're on your way, as Fenneman says. Remember, you're going for $1,500 tonight. How much of your $30 will you try?
$10.
$10. What is a bartlett?
Pear.
A pear is correct.
Now they have $40, Groucho.
Now you have $40, huh? Here's your third question. How much of the 40 will you try?
20.
What kind of fruit is a muscat? M-U-S-C-A-T.
grape.
It's a grape.
Do you think it's a grape? And you think it's a grape? Well, it is a grape.
It's Friday now. You have $60, Groucho.
Now you have $60. Here's your last chance to beat the other couples. How much of the 60 are you going to go for?
How much you say, Mother?
I said 30.
Okay, 30 then.
What is meant by a yellow cling?
A yellow cling is a peach.
Is the peach is right.
And they wind up with a grand total of $90.
Thanks and good luck from the DeSoto Plymouth dealers. Now, don't go away now. You might get a chance at the big question.
Groucho, the secret word is still heart.
Yes, George.
Perhaps the next couple will say it.
Yes, George.
Just before we went on the air, our
George.
studio audience selected Blanche Ames, a department store buyer, Mr. Alexander Atkinson, a married man. And here they are. Folks, meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome for the DeSoto Plymouth dealers. One of you says the secret word, he wins $100 in cash instantly. It's a common word, something you always have with you. Mr. Atkinson, huh?
Right.
You're the married man?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Very happily married.
Very happily.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
There's no point in getting pugnacious about it. Atkinson, are you related to the dramatic critic on the New York Times?
I'm related to a former governor of Georgia.
Well, that's not quite the same thing.
Brooks Atkinson.
I mean Brooks Atkinson.
Oh, yes. He's a distant relative.
You see, well, he must be if you're here and he's in New York. Where are you from, Mr. Atkinson?
I'm from the land of sunshine, flowers, beautiful women, juicy oranges, and no smog.
Are you inferring that we have smog here in California, Mr. Atkinson?
Oh, that's what I've heard. Of course, I live out in beautiful, enchanting San Fernando Valley myself. I don't get out in Los Angeles very much myself.
I see.
I'm kind of intrigued with San Fernando Valley. The promised land.
Well, they've been promising a lot. I don't know whether... Offhand, I would say you're a realtor. Is that right?
Well, I have a little property down in Florida. But recently I got a letter saying...
that it was underwater?
That they discovered... They discovered land on my property down there.
They discovered land on your property? A mighty good joke. Do you mind if I use that next week?
My permission, all right.
Just what is your profession, Mr. Atkinson?
Well, back during the Hoover prosperity that we were having back in the 30s...
I beg your pardon. Not while I'm smoking, huh?
I got tired of eating the grapefruit and oranges. That's about all I had to eat, so I wanted a little meat. I just go out and catch the bullfrogs at night. I go out at night and catch these frogs, and you take them and fry them in butter. Man, it's better than southern fried chicken.
Well, I must try that sometime.
These tourists came down there. These are Yankees. Anyway, they kind of took a liking to these.
What do you do now, Senator Claghorn?
At the present time, it's my good fortune to be associated with the finest studio in Hollywood. That comes from the bottom of my heart. That's Warner Brothers. We are really
Well,
doing
wait a minute.
things.
Mr. Atkinson, you went on gabbing so long that you finally won $100. You said heart, and that's your secret word. So you win $100 in cash, compliments of the DeSoto Plymouth Dealers of America. Huh? Nice taking you. Mr. Atkinson, are you related to the Atkinson of New York? Huh?
I tell you, I got relatives everywhere, and Georgia's filled full of them. I got relatives all over Georgia.
Yeah, well, you could talk yourself into relatives. How do you do, Miss Ames?
How do you do?
No, I asked you first. How do you do, huh? This is high-class cocktail conversation. You're a department store buyer, is that right?
That's right.
Uh-huh. How many department stores have you bought this week?
I don't buy department stores. I buy for a department store.
Oh, I beg your pardon. Well, which one?
Orbach.
You're from Orbach, you say?
And Philadelphia.
Did you buy department stores back in Philadelphia?
I'm afraid you don't follow me.
Well, even if I did, there's nothing to be afraid of. Where do you do this buying, Blanche?
At Orbox in the Oval Room.
What do you buy for them?
I buy better dresses.
Better dresses? And who buys the worst ones? Huh? Did you ever buy any dresses that your store can't sell?
I get stuck with a few white elephants.
White elephants, huh? I can see why you get stuck with them. What do you do with these white elephants?
Well, when they don't move, why, we usually mark them down for sale.
If they don't move, they must be dead, is that it? Imagine a store full of dead white elephants. Must be quite a problem on a hot day, huh? Well, where do you keep them? Where do you keep these dead white elephants, huh?
Well, we hang them on racks.
Oh, no wonder they're dead, huh? Now, let's be calm and go at this thing scientifically, Blanche, huh? Now, what I originally asked you, Blanche, was do you ever buy any dresses for your store that you can't sell?
Yes, I'm afraid...
Now, are they changing the styles this year, Blanche?
Yes, the trend is more towards the shorter skirt.
Do you think we could speed up that trend a little? Huh? After all, I haven't got so long to go, you know. Well, where are skirts being worn now? And don't tell me around the waist, huh? Where are they being worn now, Blanche?
About halfway between the knee and the floor.
It sounds like you need new elastic in your suspenders. Well, wake up, Mr. Atkinson. How long does your wife wear her dresses?
About 2 or 3 years.
Okay, go back to sleep, Mr. Atkinson. I'll wake you up as soon as Steinman runs again. Well, we know a good deal about department stores and elephants. Now, you're going to work together for a chance at $1,500. You beat our other two couples, and you get a chance at the big question later. I can't tell you how much the first couple won, but Fenneman's off stage to remind our listeners.
Mr. and Mrs. Thacker, who've been married for 50 years, earn $90.
Here we go. Let's see how high I can build you $20. You selected romantic songs as your category. Here's your first question. You have $20. How much are you going to risk?
10.
Let's see if you can identify this song. Play, Jerry.
Sweet and lovely.
Sweet and lovely.
We're on our way with $30, Groucho.
Remember, you're going for $1,500 tonight. Now, how much of the $30 will you try?
20.
What's the name of this romantic song? Okay, Jerry.
Some secluded rendezvous.
What is it? Talk up. One answer between you.
In some secluded rendezvous. Oh. Cocktails for two.
Cocktails for two. We're on our way now. They have $50.
Well, you came through in the last quarter there, Blanche. All right, here's your third question. How much of the 50 will you try?
40.
Give me the title of this song.
Once in a while.
Once in a while.
They're really climbing now. They have $90.
All right, you got $90. Now, how
The
much
whole
you going
90. The whole 90.
Here's your last chance to beat the other couples. You're going to go for the 90?
Go for the 90.
What's this song? Give me the title.
Small Hotel is right. And they wind up with $180.
Thanks and good luck from the DeSoto Plymouth dealers. Now, we'll soon know who gets the chance at the $1,500 question. Fenneman, who's ahead?
The department store buyer and the married man are leading with $180. And the secret word is still heart. We invited some hobos and some job analysts to the show tonight. And just before we went on the air, our studio audience selected Mrs. Evelyn Robbins and Mr. Bill Hewitt.
Fenneman, where on earth did you ever get a hobo?
Oh, you have to ask the hobo, Groucho. And here they come. Folks, meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome to the DeSoto Plymouth program. If one of you says the secret word, he wins $100 instantly. It's a common word, something you always have with you. Okay, now I'll find out where the hobo comes from. Miss Robbins, where are you from? Huh?
New York. New York.
How long have you lived out here?
3 years.
3 years. Well, you add quite some beauty to the local scene.
Thank you.
Who do you work for?
The Ames Bureau of Employment.
What do you do there?
Well, I'm a job analyst.
And what is the function of a job analysis?
Well, we interview people, we screen them, and we test them. We try to determine what type of position they're best suited for.
You don't analyze jobs, and you just analyze people. Is that right?
You could say that.
I already did say that. Now, by sifting through all the facts about Evelyn here, I gather that you're the hobo. Is that right?
That's right.
Let me hear you put a bite on me for a cup of coffee. Now, go ahead.
Hobo don't put the bite on anybody for a cup of coffee.
What do you mean? I've had them ask me for coffee.
Well, that's a tramp. A tramp asks you for a cup of coffee. A hobo goes out and gets it different. He runs a butcher shop for meat, and the bakery for toppings, and then he cooks it up.
Bakery for what?
Toppings. That's day-old bread, stale stuff.
Well, if you want stale stuff, just listen to me here. Huh? How do you get it from the butcher? I mean, you walk in there and he throws you a hunk of meat? Huh?
Well, you give him a song and dance. Just tell him, say, I'm trying to cook up something down in the jungles down here, and I'd like to have a little meat. It's a good idea to have something under your arm, like some potatoes, and say, look, Mac, I got a loaf of bread here. How about give me a little meat to go with it? They're easy. It's a pushover.
Yeah. I'll try that tomorrow, huh? Tell me, Bill, as a knight of the road, how do you live, huh?
Oh, sometimes good, sometimes bad.
Like an actor, huh? Where do you live?
Well, if I'm working in the city like bellhop or dishwasher, I rent a room. If I'm not working, I live in the jungle.
Well, when you're camping in the jungle, as you call it, what kind of meals do you make?
Make a mulligan stew.
Well, how do you make mulligan stew? Do you get them angry first, or...?
Well, first you gotta have a lot of meat, see?
A lot of meat, eh? Well, you're back in the butcher shop again, huh?
Then you throw in a lot of vegetables, your own salt and pepper and everything you get, and you cook it in an open fire, and you can.
Well, suppose you can't get any meat.
It wouldn't be a mulligan stew then.
No, well, what would you have then? Huh?
That'd be slumgullion, I guess.
What do you drink with your slumgullion?
Oh, battery acid.
Battery acid? Yeah. Well, you should at least be able to start on a cold morning, huh? Just what is battery acid?
Well, that's fresh coffee. The first time you boil it off. After that, it's no longer battery acid.
What, do you use it over again?
Sure, but it's not battery acid then. That's dishwater mud. Yeah.
How many times do you cook it over?
Oh, that all depends on conditions. If you got a lot of coffee, it's not necessary. Sometimes when things are tough, you got to boil it over a lot of times.
In my house, it tastes like dishwater the first time. How do you keep in touch with people when you're on the road? Where do you get your mail?
Oh, mostly general delivery. You know.
Yeah, well, what kind of work do you do when you're working, Bill?
Oh, any kind of work. I've been a sailor. I was a fireman. I worked on deck. Worked in copper mines. Been bellhop. Worked in a harvest fields.
Mm-hmm. Well, how do you get from place to place? Do you ride the rods?
Oh, they haven't rode the rods in 25 years. I started on the whole board in 1950, and I was 15 years old. Yeah, I ride boxcars, ride a reefer.
What's a reefer?
A reefer is the end of a fruit car when it's not iced. And you ride a tender, ride the blinds on a passenger train, ride the deck.
Pretty dangerous, isn't it?
Oh, yes.
What kind of car do you prefer?
Well, I prefer Pullman, but...
Well, I mean in lieu of a Pullman, huh?
Well, that depends
Let's say there isn't a Pullman available, huh? That's been de-iced.
Well, that depends on the weather. If it's in the summertime, I like an open gondola where I can see and get the fresh air.
Well, what do you like best about the life you lead?
Well, I like to be free. I don't like to be tied down. I like to go places. I like to get up in the morning when I want to. I don't want some wife telling me to get up or sticking her cold feet in my back. You
prefer a refrigerator car to a woman, is that it? Well, this has been very interesting, and having you here tonight. And how are you going to try for a chance at the $1,500 question? You beat our other two couples, and you win a chance at all that money. I can't tell you how much our other couples won, but Fenneman's going to remind our listeners.
The department store buyer and the married man are ahead with $180.
Here we go. Let's see how high I can build you $20. You selected Islands of the World as your category. Is that right? Now, you have $20. How much are you going to try?
$15.
What ocean do you find the Hawaiian Islands?
Pacific.
Pacific Ocean is right.
$35.
Well, remember, you're going for $1,500 tonight. Now, how much of the 35 will you try?
25.
25. In what ocean do you find Greenland?
In North Atlantic.
In the Atlantic is right.
You now have $60, Groucho.
Now you have $60. Here's your third question. How much of the 60 will you risk?
50.
In what sea do you find the island of Corsica?
Corsica? The Mediterranean.
The Mediterranean is right.
They're really climbing now. They have $110.
Say, you must have done a lot of reading in those boxcars.
Oh, I sailed in there during this war.
Oh, I see. Well, here's your last chance to beat the other couples. Now you have $110.
$100.
$100. In what ocean do you find the Isle of Tahiti?
That's in the Pacific.
In the Pacific is right.
And they wind up with $210. And that means that they get the chance at the DeSoto Plymouth $1,500 question. You know, you have a perfect right to be particular about the way your car is serviced. And that's why more and more car owners every day drive in to DeSoto Plymouth dealers. For that's where you get expert, courteous service at the lowest possible cost. You see, DeSoto Plymouth dealers are just as particular about your car as you are yourself. They have factory-trained mechanics working with factory-designed and approved tools and equipment. They see to it that the service they offer in their shops is the best service you can get anywhere. The more than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth dealers throughout America take pride in their reputation for fast, efficient, courteous service. Remember this next time your car needs service, and drive in at the sign of an authorized DeSoto Plymouth dealer. And here's the hobo and the job analyst, the winning couple, all ready for the DeSoto Plymouth $1,500 question, Groucho.
Well, if you win this, you're really going to be able to ride in Pullmans. Here we go for $1,500. Ready? I'll give you 15 seconds to decide on one single answer between you, so think carefully and please, no assistance from the audience. Here it is. In 1914, the United States Army finished its biggest peacetime job. What is the biggest peacetime job ever accomplished by the Army? All right, what is the answer you two have decided upon? Panama Canal is right. Well, you had the right answer, so you won $1,500. What are you going to do with all that money? Bill, what are you going to do with yours?
Well,
My heart stops jumping.
Well, Evelyn, you just said the secret word, and you just won $100 in cash, and now my heart is stopping. Well, now, Evelyn, what are you going to do with all that money?
I don't know.
You're just dumbfounded, huh? Well, I'll help you spend it, Evelyn. And, Bill, what are you going to do with yours?
First I'm going to ride...
Well, a lot of slumgullion with that, huh?
I'm going to ride that preferred berth you talked about.
Well, you really cleaned up tonight. You won $210 in the quiz and $100 for the secret word and $1,500. All I can say to you both is congratulations. From the more than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth dealers from coast to coast, you bet your life.
is a John Goodell production, transcribed from Hollywood, directed by Bob Dwan and Bernie Smith. Music by Jerry Fielding. Be sure to tune in again next Wednesday night at this time for the Groucho Marx Show, You Bet Your Life, presented by the more than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth dealers of America. And remember, all dealers who sell DeSoto also sell Plymouth, two great cars, both products of the Chrysler Corporation. And don't forget, next week, the big question will be worth $1,000.
Fenneman, if you have nothing better to do this week, why don't you see our new movie, Love Happy? Papo Chico and I tell a few jokes and do some acting. It's very educational. Well, it's almost time for Bing Crosby, so good night, folks. And remember, just be sure to see your DeSoto Plymouth dealer.
Here's a tip from the National Safety Council. Traffic control begins at your wheel. This is George Fenneman, signing off for the more than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth dealers from coast to coast.
Ladies and gentlemen, the secret word tonight is water. W-A-T-E-R.
Really?
You bet your life. The DeSoto Plymouth Dealers of America present Groucho Marx in You Bet Your Life, the comedy quiz series produced and transcribed from Hollywood. And here he is, the one, the only...
I thought he went where the wild goose goes. Oh, that's me, Groucho Marx. Thank you. Well, here I am again with $1,000 for one of our couples tonight. George Fenneman, who's first?
A couple of Irish people selected from our studio audience just before we went on the air. It's our way of noticing St. Patrick's Day, Groucho, and here they are, Miss Beth O'Haggerty and Mr. John Daniger. Meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome, folks, for the DeSoto Plymouth dealers. And if one of you says the secret word, he wins $100 in cash instantly. It's a common word, something you use every day. Mr. how do you pronounce that?
Danaher.
Danaher?
Yes.
What do you got that G in there, just to fool people? That's a real Irish name, huh?
Real Irish, I bet your life. It's a real Irish name.
And we got a plug for the show, too. Where are you from, Paddy, me lad?
I'm from Roscommon on the banks of the Shannon in the west part of Ireland.
Mm-hmm. Well, it sounds pretty authentic, huh? How long since you were in Ireland?
42 years.
And after all these years, you still have a touch of the old sod?
You betcha. Yes, sir.
Have you tried Fell's Naphtha and a good stiff brush? Miss O'Haggerty, at least I can pronounce that, huh? Beth O'Haggerty, huh?
That's right.
Which part of Ireland are you from, Beth?
Well, I didn't come from Ireland.
And how is it you're Irish? Was one of your ancestors a policeman?
Both of my grandparents came from Ireland.
Oh, I see. Then you're Irish twice removed. I've been twice removed from Ireland myself. Well, if you're not from Ireland, where are you from, Miss O'Haggerty?
I'm from Los Angeles.
Well, you're a fine-looking lass.
Thank you.
Why is it you're not married, Beth? Beautiful girl like you.
Oh, I just never found any man that was strong enough to take me away from my job, my career.
What are you, a wrestler?
No.
What is this tenacious job that you stick to like adhesive tape, huh?
Well, at present, it's secretary in the tax and insurance department at Paramount.
Yeah, I was there a couple weeks ago. I did a scene in Bing Crosby's picture, Mr. Music. You didn't see me tripping the light fantastic there.
Well, my job doesn't have much contact with the talent.
Well, mine doesn't either. But nevertheless, I'm in that picture. How old are you, Mr. Doniger?
60 years.
60? Well, you don't look it, huh? You're a fine broth of a boy. And when I say broth, I don't mean Irish stew, huh? Well, you're a little old here for Beth, aren't you? Huh?
I think so. I really think I am. But besides, I'm married.
Well, then it's not very important, huh? How did you meet your spouse, Johnny?
Well, it's
well,
about
there's more to it than that, I hope.
It's about 45 years ago. It was in a small town on the west of Ireland, and she was out on the street chasing a chicken.
And you were doing the same thing, huh?
When I caught the chicken, I took the chicken back and I put it in the hen house at the back of her house. And then I went back the next night and made my acquaintance, and, well, that's all. I'm married to her now anyway.
What happened to the chicken?
I don't know. I never made any inquiries.
Patty, do you speak Gaelic?
A little bit, not much.
Well, could you give us a few words?
Well, K. Wiltu, Tama Gamai, K. Wiltu Hain, Gamai, Garima Haikut, Tasuro Agan, Kantakan Me Aristo.
What does that mean, huh?
Well, it means, good evening, how are you? Oh, fine, thank you, how are you?
Where's your chicken
I hope
tonight?
I'll see you again.
Could you tell me a joke in Gaelic?
No, I couldn't. I really couldn't tell you. I wouldn't be able to remember that. Now, what I could tell you is a short one in English, if it's any good to you.
Well, frankly, we could use a joke about here. Let's hear the one in English, huh?
Well,
don't make the English too good, or I won't understand it.
This isn't about the English. It's in the English language.
Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah.
It's about Pat that was up on the 4th floor in a building and was on fire. And he shouted to Mike down on the sidewalk, and he says, Mike, I'm going to jump. Catch me. So he flopped down on the sidewalk, and Mike jumped away from him, and he flopped on the sidewalk and was stretched out. And he says, say, why didn't you catch me? He says, I was waiting to see if you'd bounce.
Well, Pat, if that joke is any indication, you're a much older man than I thought you were. Tell me, Mr. Donay, have you ever seen a leprechaun, huh?
No, I've never seen a leprechaun.
What is a leprechaun? Is it anything like a Republican?
No, they're imaginary people.
Well, that's a Republican, all right. They're imaginary people these days, too. Huh? Tell me, how do you usually celebrate St. Patrick's Day, Johnny?
Oh, take a couple of nips or something like that. Hang around the rest of the day and take it easy.
Well, what's the real reason you Irish celebrate St. Patrick's Day?
Well, because St. Patrick is the patron saint of Ireland, and he drove the snakes out of Ireland.
And where are they now? Huh? And then after a nip or two, I suppose they all came back again. Huh? Well, after talking to you two, all I can say is a happy St. Patrick's Day to you both. Now, in just 1 minute, you're going to work together for a chance at $1,000. You bet your life.
When you call on any one of the more than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth dealers, you'll find it's their honest desire to please you, no matter how small the job to be done. The DeSoto Plymouth dealers offer you the benefit of not only the best tools and equipment, not only the factory-trained mechanics, but they also feel it's important to be courteous, to give their customers a square deal. That's their creed, their way of doing business. So no matter where you drive, remember there are DeSoto Plymouth dealers anxious to serve you. And remember, all dealers who sell DeSoto also sell Plymouth.
Now let's see if an Irish Carleen and her partner will be the ones who get the chance at the DeSoto Plymouth $1,000 question. Fenneman, bring them up to date on the rules.
Each of our three couples has $20. They bet as much of that 20 as they want on each of 4 questions. The couple that earns the most money gets a chance at the $1,000 question at the end of the show. Our other 2 couples are in a waiting room off stage, so they don't know what's going on out here.
Here we go. Let's see how high I can build you $20. You selected capitals of foreign countries as your category. Is that correct? Okay, now you have $20. How much are you going to risk?
10.
What is the capital city of Denmark?
Oslo.
Is that the answer you two agree upon? Do you agree with that? One answer between you now. I'm sorry, it's Copenhagen. Now remember, you're going for $1,000 tonight. How much of the $10 will you bet?
5.
What is the capital city of the Netherlands?
Netherlands. Don't know.
Take a guess, Beth.
I can't even think at this point.
Well, it's Amsterdam.
They now have $5.
Now you're down to $5. Now here's your third question. How much of the 5 will you try?
The 5.
What is the capital city of Spain?
Madrid.
Madrid is right.
We're on their way now. They have $10.
All right, now you got $10. Now here's your last chance to beat the other couples. How much of the 10 will you try?
10.
All right. What is the capital city of Portugal?
Lisbon.
Lisbon is right.
And they wind up with the $20 they started with.
Thanks and good luck from the DeSoto Plymouth dealers. Now, don't go away. You may get a chance at the big question.
Groucho, the secret word is still water. Perhaps the next couple will say it. They're a barber, Mr. Arthur Fredman, and a housewife, Mrs. Dorsey Ridgely, selected by our studio audience just before we went on the air. And here they are, folks. Meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome to You Bet Your Life. And if one of you says the secret word at any time, he wins $100 in cash instantly. It's a common word, something you use every day. A barber and a housewife, eh? Mr. Friedman, you're the barber, I presume, huh?
That's right.
Well, there are lady barbers, you know. Where are you from, Mr. Friedman?
1533 Vine Street, side of Horse Barbershop.
Is that where you were born? Huh?
Minneapolis, Minnesota.
I thought perhaps you were born on the third chair as you come in. Huh? You were born where?
Minneapolis, Minnesota, the land of 10,000 lakes.
The land of 10,000 lakes, and you left all of them, is that it? Where are you from, Mrs. Rigney?
I'm from Green Acres, Washington.
What sort of work does your husband do?
My husband is a disabled veteran, but I'm a truck driver.
Truck? What kind of a truck?
Well, now I'm hauling house trailers with a truck.
People live in these
Oh,
things?
yes, people live in them.
And you pull them across the country while they're living in them?
No, I just pull them and set them on their lot, and they use that in place of a house, most of them.
Oh. How long have you been a barber, Mr. Friedman?
17 years.
17 years, huh? You don't look it. You're a very young-looking man. Where does your husband get his hair cut, Mrs.
Well, he doesn't have any steady barber.
What, is he stewed? Do your customers ever ask you what's a good way for a man to save his hair, Mr. Friedman?
Yes, they do.
Well, what do you tell them?
Put it in the cigar box.
You know, that there's a sister joke to that one you just pronounced over there. The one where the fellow writes in and says, how do you avoid falling hair? And the fellow writes back, step nimbly to one side. You know, incidentally, I know of a hair tonic that'll grow hair in a frying pan. But who wants a hairy frying pan? No joke, but then this is a very old frying pan. How did you get to be a barber? Did you start out when you were a little shaver?
Went to barber college.
Huh?
I went to barber college.
You went to barber college?
Yes.
What influence has the electric razor had on the barber profession?
It cuts down the shaves about 25%.
Mm-hmm. And what do you do? Every time there's another razor sold, you raise the price of the shave. Is that it?
Do you use electric razor?
I use an electric razor, yes. Someday I hope to get the chair. You know, there's something I've always wanted to know. Where do you get all these old magazines for your customers?
We don't have old magazines.
Are you buying from dentists?
We don't have...
Or are you in business for yourself, huh? Where do you get them? You don't have old magazines?
No.
Well, if one of your customers brings in the latest issue of Look magazine, be sure to see it, will you? There's a flattering piece about me and our show in the current Look magazine. And maybe it'll help them forget that they just lost your ears in your barber shop. Huh? Why is it women don't get bald as often as men, Mr. Friedman?
Well, the female is different than the male.
Well, that's about as accurate a statement as I've ever heard. Nobody is more aware of that than I am, Mr. Friedman. Well, now, let's see if a professional clipper like you can clip an old cut-up like me for $1,000. Now, you beat the other couples, and you earn the chance at the big question. I can't tell you how much our first couple won, but Fenneman's offstage to remind our listeners.
The Irish couple won $20.
Here we go. Let's see how high I can build you $20. You selected songs about anatomy as your category. Is that right?
That's right.
Now, you have $20. Here's your first question. How much of the 20 will you try?
10.
What's the name of this song? Okay, Jerry. Well, what do you say, kids? What do you say?
I'm
if
sorry.
the smoke gets in your eyes, huh? Now remember, you're going for $1,000 tonight. That's the big prize anyway. Now, how much of the $10 will you try?
$5.
$5? Give me the title of this song. Play, Jerry. Tiptoe Through the Tulips is right, huh?
They now have $15.
All right, now you got $15. How much of the 15 will you try?
10.
Okay, here's your third question. Let's see if you can identify this one for $10. What do you say, kids? Take a guess. I'm sorry, it's In My Arms. You should have known that.
They now have $5.
Here's your last chance to beat the other couples. How much of the 5 will you try?
5.
What's the name of this song? Play. Take a guess.
Body and Soul.
Body and Soul is right.
And they wind up with $10.
Thanks and good luck from the DeSoto Plymouth dealers. Now, in just a minute, our last couple will try for the chance at $1,000. Fenneman, who's ahead?
Well, the Irish couple is leading with $20. And the secret word is still water. Perhaps the next couple will say it. We invited some collectors from the Bureau of Internal Revenue and some Hollywood business managers to the show tonight. And just before we went on the air, our studio audience selected collector William Kenny and manager Maurice Dolman. Gentlemen, meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome, gents, to You Bet Your Life. And if one of you says the secret word, he wins $100 in cash instantly. It's a common word, something you use every day. A business manager and an income tax collector. Is that right, Mr. Kenny?
That's right.
You're the income tax man, huh?
Yes, I am.
I recognized you by your short form, huh? Where are you from, Mr. Kenny?
I'm from Miami, Florida.
How long have you been an income tax collector?
About 7 months.
How did you happen to go into this nefarious trade, huh?
Well, I took the examination in Florida, and I wanted to come to California.
Well, you know, you can live in California without being with the Revenue Department, huh? Although it's not easy. What prompted you to become an income tax man? I mean, what did you do prior to that?
I was a bank examiner for the federal government.
Do you have a nickname, Mr. Kenny?
Yes,
What is it?
at school they call me Frog.
Why, did you hop around a lot in those days? Are you married, Froggy?
Oh, yes, I am.
And how helpful is marriage from the income tax standpoint?
Well, this year, wife is worth $600.
Well, everything's inflated these days. Is that alive, Mr. Kenny, or... Has to be alive, huh?
She must be alive at the time of filing.
You don't care if they drop dead the following day, huh? How about children? What are they worth?
This year, kids are worth $600.
Hey, the little ones are worth just as much as the big ones, huh? Do you have any children, Mr. Kenny?
Not yet.
Not yet. Well, then you're out $600, aren't you? By the process of elimination, I presume that you're the business manager, Mr. Dolman, huh?
I am.
Where are you from?
I'm from New York.
What outfit do you work for?
I'm in business for myself.
Oh, you mind your own business, huh? Just what do you do in your business?
I manage the business affairs of other people.
Then you don't mind your own business. What do you have to know to be a business manager, Mr. Dolman?
Well, primarily you have to have a good head for business.
Is that in addition to the one you carry around now? Well, Froggy, let's get back to you, huh? You're standing there dreaming of somebody you're going to soak tomorrow, huh? Specifically, what is your job with the Income Tax Department or the Bureau of Internal Revenue?
Well, we...
Pretty fancy name for a crooked outfit.
We go out and track down delinquent taxpayers, and...
Suppose a fellow owes you $7,000 and he has no money. What do you do now?
If he's got the money, we'll collect it. If he doesn't...
If he hasn't got it, you can't throw him in the can for that, though, eh?
If he hasn't got it, no, and he hasn't prepared a fraudulent return.
No.
But we don't put them in jail if they just don't have the money to pay the taxes.
That's a good thing to know, no? Now, what are some of the things we should know about income taxes? For example, should a married man file a joint return or a single return?
This year, it would be to his advantage to file a joint return with his wife, and that way he could take advantage of the split income provision.
When do I get my split? What's a joint return? Is that a nightclub with a money-back guarantee?
A joint return is where husband and wife file one return together and pool their income and prepare one tax return.
Now, in filing a joint return, how much am I allowed as a deduction for myself?
This year, you would be allowed $600 as head of the house.
That's just fantasy on your part, you know. I'm no more the head of the house than you are a frog, Mr. Kenny. How about Mr. Dolman over here? Does he get another $600 off because of his extra head for business? Now, what is the difference, Froggy, between the short form and the long form?
Well, the short form, the 1040A, you can
That gets in at 11 o'clock, huh?
You can claim, or that is on the short form, you can claim only 10% deductions of your gross income.
Do you carefully examine every form that comes into your office, Mr. Kenny?
No, we don't go over every form. We just look at the above the average forms. That is,
You mean the ordinary form you don't pay any attention to? Well, would you like me to come down and just look at the average form for you? I'm not as calloused as you are, you know. Why don't you examine every form?
Well, we just don't have the personnel to go over every form that goes in the office. But in regards to that, I want to add that we do pay particular attention to the forms that go into big figures.
This could get out of hand, you know. You must have an army of bookkeepers to go over all those forms. How long does it take you?
Well, it doesn't take long. We have a huge machine that is really a mechanical brain.
You have a mechanical brain? And Mr. Dolman has two heads over here? I'm the only one around here with a single-track mind. I'm still thinking of those average forms. Now, if you were my business manager, Mr. Dolman, how could you save me money on income taxes?
Well,
Oh, brother, are you on a spot now? I can see the handcuffs sticking out of his back pocket. I'll bring you an apple pie with a saw in it in the morning.
Well, what we do is keep proper record of your deductions.
Uh-huh.
Well, you know, in your business, you listen to the radio. You have to listen to other comedy programs that we can take depreciation on your radio.
You have to listen to other programs? I'd rather lose my deduction and not have to listen, huh? Now, suppose I was thinking of hiring you to help me take care of my business affairs, Mr. Dolman. I haven't any, but just pretend, huh? What would you want to know about me?
Well, first, I'd want to know if you were honest.
If I were honest, I wouldn't need your help, Mr. Dolman. Well, between the two of you, you succeeded in confusing all three of us. Now, you're going to try for a chance at $1,000. You beat the other two couples, and that's all you have to do. You're pretty smart fellas. I can't tell you how much they won, but Fenneman's going to remind our listeners.
The Irish couple is ahead with $20.
Here we go. Let's see how high you can build your $20. You selected instruments played by orchestra leaders as your category. Now, here's your first question. You have $20. How much will you try?
We'll try for 10.
Okay. What instrument does Harry James play?
Trumpet.
Trumpet is right.
Off to a good start. They have $30.
I want to warn you of one thing, boys. You know, if you win any money here tonight, you've got to put it on your tax. Remember, you're going for $1,000 tonight. Now, how much of the 30 will you try?
20.
What instrument does Gene Krupa play?
Drums.
The drums is right, huh?
They're climbing now. They have $50.
All right, you got $50. Here's your third question. How much of the 50?
40.
What instrument does Tommy Dorsey play?
Trombone.
Trombone is right.
They're way up there now. They have $90.
Well, you slid right into that one with the trombone. Now, you got $90. Here's your last chance to beat the other couples. How much will you bet?
Shoot the works.
What instrument does Carmen Cavallero play?
Piano.
The piano is right.
And they wind up with $180. And that means the taxman and the business manager get the chance at the DeSoto Plymouth $1,000 question. What do you expect of the folks who service your car? Efficient service? Courteous service? Service at a fair price? Well, you get them all when you visit one of the more than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth dealers. You'll find they're not only ready and willing, but able to give your car the very best in service. And that goes for the major repair jobs as well as the simpler ones. DeSoto Plymouth dealers have factory-trained mechanics who know cars inside and out, no matter what make or what year it happens to be. And in the hands of these expert mechanics are the most modern tools and equipment made. Yes, that's the kind of top service you can count on when you drive your car in at the sign of any authorized DeSoto Plymouth dealer. And here is the tax man and the business manager, the winning couple, all ready for the DeSoto Plymouth $1,000 question, Groucho.
Here we go for $1,000. Ready? I'll give you 15 seconds to decide on a single answer between you and think carefully. And please, no help from the audience. Here it is. In 1777, the American Army defeated the British under General Burgoyne in what has become one of the truly decisive battles of world history. The American victory marked the turning of the tide of independence. What is the name of this battle? Okay, now what is the answer you two have decided upon, and talk right up into the microphone?
Battle of Yorktown?
No, I'm sorry. It's the Battle of Saratoga.
Yeah.
Huh? I'm sorry. That's the correct answer. So that means the big question next week will be worth $1,500. Well, you lost the big money, but you won how much? $200 or $180 in cash? Congratulations, and thanks to both of you.
You Bet Your Life is a John Goodell production, transcribed from Hollywood, directed by Bob Dwan and Bernie Smith. Music by Jerry Fielding. Be sure to tune in again next Wednesday night at this time for the Groucho Marx Show, You Bet Your Life, presented by the more than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth dealers of America. And remember, all dealers who sell DeSoto also sell Plymouth, two great cars, both products of the Chrysler Corporation. And don't forget, next week the big question will be worth $1,500.
Well, it's almost time for Bing Crosby, so good night, folks, and remember, just be sure to see your DeSoto Plymouth dealer.
Folks, here's a reminder. Meeting human needs is the objective of all Red Cross services. Respond willingly to the 1950 Red Cross Fund campaign. Remember, you're not giving to, but through the Red Cross. This is George Fenneman signing off for the more than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth dealers from coast to coast.